Yeah. Are we doing it? We doing it. Fuck it, let's do it. Another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian T. Licata. Once again, I'm your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother in misinformation, my partner in crime, Brian T. Licata.
Yo, G. Good morning, friend.
Good
How are
morning,
you
man.
today?
My daughter's here. First one. So the first comment of the day. What's up, Jasmine? Jumping on quick. I'm still trying. Right now, I'm on my phone. My computer, like it always does, is bugging with me, which I'm all paid up, so it's not my fault.
Right.
I just started. I went to turn it on and started, uploading a new update.
Updating, yeah.
Yeah, and it's taking freaking ever, man. You know.
Yeah, well, they're just trying to get access to the podcast, They've been doing that a lot to podcasters around the country. Well, they're forcing them to do updates so they can actually hack into the computer and get into the stream.
Are you talking real shit, or are you just already starting right off the bat?
That is 100%. That is a true statement, dog.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. True. In other words, true as well as you know it to be.
So they say, yeah.
Okay.
But the they at this point is me. I'm the they.
You're the they.
That's how I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start identifying as they. So when people are like, "Yeah, they keep doing that shit," I want that they to be me. That's the they I identify as.
I like the they.
The they.
I'm sorry. I identify as the they. I like that. It has it's almost like it's got like a James Bond feel to it.
Like the Ohio State University, like something like that,
All right, just to make things clear though, today, once again, I am not the reason why we're late. We're supposed to be on at 1:00. It's the type of shit when you run your own business. It's almost like the Spanish restaurant in my neighborhood, man. It's supposed to open up at like 12:00, and like you go there at 12, it wouldn't be open. Go there at 1, it's still not open. They open up at like 2:30 because it's their business. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit. Sometimes they open on time. I don't think they're still open.
Maybe they just haven't opened yet.
Oh yeah, maybe they're just still closed. They're still laying down on the couch and shit.
Yeah.
But what happened? What happened, dude? An hour. I trusted you so much that I didn't even call you to make sure we were good. I thought I woke up late.
See, that's where you were mistaken.
Because I wanted to wake up at 11:30 to go run and get my coffee, come back, make sure everything's running in the room. And instead, I woke up at 12, which took me
You're not in the room right now, too.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Oh no, I think I know where that's going, dude. Oh no.
So I get up, right, and I have everything set up in the room already. So I just run to go to Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Because America runs on Dunkin'. And if by run they mean stand still in a 2-person line for 30 minutes
and wait,
we run on Dunkin'. So I got my coffee, came back, and then now it's like I don't even got much time. I'm thinking you're about to hit me any second, So I'm getting everything ready. I turn on my computer. I'm not getting no internet in the back. I'm like. You gotta be kidding me right now.
I thought you were gonna say your water was fucked up. That's what I was thinking. Some water shit happened.
I actually had it all set up too. I had a poster hooked up. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. I like the poster.
Yeah, I figured if it's there, I might as well put it up. I had the poster hooked up, right? And I wasn't getting no internet service at all. So now I'm like, fuck, it's like 2 minutes. I know you're about to hit me any minute. At least I thought. So now I gotta bring everything out here again. Just set up out here again. And I'm going crazy getting it together. I get it together and I noticed something. I noticed I didn't get a text from you at all. So I call you and nothing. So I said, okay, let me text them. This is unlike Brian. It's out of the ordinary.
It's out of character.
Yeah, it's out of character. So I text you and I get no response for a minute. And then I think you called me.
Yeah, I think so. That might have been the thing. So what I remember is just I remember waking up and I remember sleeping and hearing I'm like, fuck these motherfuckers, whoever this is. And then I looked down and I saw Gary and I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck. My bad. I have a bunch of missed calls, dude. I gotta call.
Yeah, so what's kind of messed up on that is that I got stressed for no reason.
I'm sorry, man.
That's what's like really messed up about it. Not that you was late, but just that you know what? I'll take responsibility for not calling you up, for giving you that benefit of the doubt. Maybe I should have. You know what I'm saying? That's my fault. That's my fault. I'll take responsibility for that.
I'm sorry, G. Here you go. You're with us.
Yeah, baby. Now I'm up and rolling.
Beautiful, dude.
Okay.
Looks good.
You know,
Sounds
they
good.
can't keep a good man down.
No, they can't.
They constantly try, but they can't keep a good man down. My daughter Jasmine says, I like Brian's hoodie. Haven't seen that one before. Oh, I was gonna put mine on because it's a little nippy in my room today, man. You know, I was gonna put mine on. He's got the Rated G hoodie.
And the hat.
Oh, and the hat. Oh. Look at that. I'm feeling it. Sporting the merch.
So the hat, I'm not sure if I love.
I ain't got my fucking headphones.
Oh, you don't have your headphones on. There you go.
So they're going, why don't I hear this motherfucker?
So the hat, the stitching is okay. It's not the best. I'm gonna do another round of hats, and I don't like. It's got like this new. It's like this part is longer. You know, like from here to here.
I don't like that at all, man. Those are those white boy caps, man.
I know, dude. It's like what people wear in Denver.
Even a snapback. It's the ones that you drawstrings, man. Nah, man.
It's what people wear in Denver.
Well, maybe we have a lot of Denver followers, so.
I don't know. Maybe. Oh, hi. I'm on the show. Hi, Tina. My wife just walked in the door. My new wife.
Woo! Yeah, man. Big up to Tina.
Okay. So yeah, so that's the deal with the hats. I would definitely I would not order one right now. Get the hoodies though. The hoodies are sick. I got
sick. I got my Round Dirt Skeptic.
Yeah,
that one is sick. That's sick. That shirt, the quality is dope.
Yep. It's very soft.
Yeah. You put it on, it's like you're getting hugged by me and Brian. You know. It's a little, it feels like a little cottony DP.
Nice. A little fleece.
Little fleecy. Yeah, that shit is hot. The t-shirt is hot, boy. I like it.
This is the sweater.
That's the hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Go to Brian. What is it?
BrianTLicata.net. .com/shop
and pick up some merch, man. Support the podcast, man. Welcome back, everybody. Sean, what's going on, baby? How are you, man?
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. What's up? Welcome back to the show, buddy. Yeah, much appreciated on the nuptials.
Yeah, man. Nuptials. That's a fun word to say.
Yeah, it sounds dirty, doesn't it?
Nuptials.
Yeah.
You know. Nothing's dirty anymore, other than truth.
That's funny.
That's funny. Man. So I was losing it because then I came here to set everything up and everything was just trying to fuck with me, man. And all this time it was because I was rushing, thinking that I was later than you, but you're actually more later than me. So
yeah, well, so yesterday I started at my parents' house in Camden County in New Jersey, and we woke up at 4:45 a.m. Eastern time. I woke up, and then I went from my dad's house. He drove me and my wife to the airport in Philly. Got on an 8:30 a.m. flight out of Philly, flew all the way to San Francisco direct, landed like noontime Eastern, which is like 3 o'clock. Or I'm sorry. We landed noontime Pacific, which is like 3 o'clock Eastern, right? So it's like, 3 hours earlier. Okay. And then we got a rental car, we drove back to the apartment. I dropped Christina off, and then we dropped the luggage off, and then I drove like 2 hours to get the dog. And I hung out with my buddy for a little bit.
So
picked
Boots
the dog
is back.
up. Boots is back. Yeah. Yep.
Big up to
But,
Boots.
dude. It took me the drive usually the way home. It took 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Where was Boots?
He was at my buddy's house around Sacramento.
But where is that? Oh, Sacramento.
Sacramento, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then you brought him back to San Francisco.
Yep.
He probably wanted to stay in Sacramento.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did because he had a big yard.
So you made it safely. You made it safely through Philly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
yeah, I mean the whole trip
safely,
really went
safely on the flight and landed safely, and now you are
in danger.
And now you are at home, but in more danger than you was when you were in the sky. I keep seeing more shit about San Francisco. It's not good.
I want you to come out here, dude.
And you know what's her name is running again.
London Breed, the mayor.
No, what's her name?
Pelosi.
Pelosi.
I know.
She says San Francisco needs her. You guys need her.
No, what she needs.
She said right now.
Money, dog.
She said San Francisco needs me.
Yeah.
You know, they need her. So you know, and she's probably gonna win. You know that, right? You know she's coming back.
Oh, she's gonna win, dude. Yeah, she's gonna die in office. Yeah, she's gonna die in. She's gonna die in office. I
can't even believe they would put her back. Well, I mean, I can believe it because not like the people have a choice in that.
Yeah, I mean, bro, she's been around forever. I worked with her. I opened when I was at Capitol Page. Remember the picture you saw of me at the wedding?
Looking like a little nerd.
Yeah, I'll show some of those pictures because I have some really cool pictures from inside the Capitol Dome. You can, well, they don't really do it that much, but you can, if you have access, you can get a tour to the top of the dome and you go all the way to the top. It's dope, dude. You see people like there's graffiti from like the 1800s. And the people like, you know, the guys who were doing this stuff in there, like wrote their names. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, is that graffiti?
I mean, I guess for lack of a better, term, I would say, graffiti. It's not graffiti, but I guess,
I guess it depends who wrote it.
Right.
And what their ethnicity was. If they were black or Spanish, it's graffiti.
I don't think there was any Spanish people in the U.S. at that point.
I don't know, man. We managed to float a little bit everywhere. We can go unnoticed for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until somebody asks us for directions. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what it means either. It was good though.
I guess because you would hear the voice, you know what I'm saying? King Handles, what's up, my brother? Oh, Brian is slacking. Did not see the notifications. Ooh, Brian.
Hey, well, bro, you're here now, and so are 20 other people. We got 20 people listening right now.
Who
cares?
Two, dog.
Yeah, and you're here.
Two, man.
Oh.
Sean says Ponce de Leon. How about the fact that I read that right off the back? I didn't go Ponce or Ponce. Ponce de Leon was in Florida.
You should be able to say that.
With the Fountain of Youth.
I mean, you don't know the Ponce family.
It says HR has been notified. I know what you meant. HR has been notified. Brian, you're slacking, man.
I'm not slacking.
Get it together, dog. Get it together. Pull yourself together.
I'm not slacking. You're slacking.
You're slacking.
Yeah, you're slacking.
You're slacking.
I was here, bro. But I did have to sleep.
I've been fucking fly hunting, dog. I had this one fly in my house. Where he came from, I don't know. First of all, I see flies out my window. I'm on the 4th floor. I didn't even know they came that high. What the fuck you doing up here?
Those are high altitude flies.
Yo, what are you doing up here? It's the 4th floor. Why are you flying outside my window? It's because
high
I'm
altitude
fucking
flies,
because my house is haunted, man. That's what I think it is. But probably, I don't know. But I had one dude yesterday, and he was in my room, right? No, you was shacking or shagging?
Slacking. Slacking. You're slacking.
No, you're slacking. Yeah, you are. You are.
No, you, dog, you.
No, I'm
He's
slacking.
same with you with the flies.
How
You're
am I
slacking.
slacking? Oh, no, listen. I'm
No.
not. First of all, like I said, man, I will go on a tour around the house, show you how clean my shit is. Okay. But this one fly was in my room and it would not leave my room. Like, how dumb do you have to be as a fly to have the whole apartment? Because you're this big. It's a big apartment for me. The fly's this big, right? Yes, Jasmine, still with the flies. Yes, Jasmine. Still with the flies, Jasmine. How dumb do you have to be? You're a little fly. You can go in my living room, the kitchen, the other bedroom. I wouldn't even know you're in my house. You don't make noise. No, staying in the room with me, buzzing around, going by my ear, meow, meow, right? So then I said, fuck it, I gotta kill this shit. I grab a little hand towel, you know, and I catch it on my shade, on the, you know, the blinds. Long story short, on that one, I need to buy new blinds. And then it's flying around. I just keep missing the motherfucker. Then I catch him, boom, but I can't find the body. So now I'm looking for the body, dude. I need the body. I need a confirmation on this kill because I know this motherfucker ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? Flies don't live that long. Yeah, I know. They don't live that long, but it lives long enough to annoy me through the night.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially if you get a bigger one, dude, and they got the big wings, you know, those fuckers make some noise, dude.
It was medium, so it had a good buzz, but it was quick. Because normally those big ones I catch in a second. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So winter is coming, flies will probably leave. You know what, Jasmine? They're supposed to. But I don't know if you noticed, last year they didn't. Gnats didn't leave last year. Flies didn't leave last year. Not saying it's a conspiracy theory. I'm just telling you the things I've noticed, right? So now,
dude, if it flies, it spies, bro.
So now, dude,
if it flies, it spies.
This shit. I don't find a body, right? Motherfucker just now flying by me. I just killed 2 of these motherfuckers. You saw that? So now
be the Federales,
I can't find the body, but I don't see nothing. So I lay down. About 5 minutes later, I'm starting to fall asleep. He's back. I'm like, I knew I didn't kill that motherfucker. I knew it. So now I'm going at it again. Lights are on. I'm hunting this motherfucker. Where's my shit? Oh, hold on.
I see him, dog. You're getting attacked live on air.
Dude, that's what it did. It started attacking me, son. Son, it started attacking me. The shit flew and it hit me right in my cheek. I said, this motherfucker. And somewhere there's somebody in some fucking government fucking office, just like with a little controller, like the size of the submarine. And he's fucking round. Okay, fucking with me.
They have those, dude.
What does King Handles have to? Well, Sean, what did he say?
Winter's coming,
and all them flies will be dead. I'm telling you, dude, pay attention. Not this year. It wasn't last year, and it's not this year. King Handles says, Gary, you have to evict the fly. It's illegal to kill them without first evicting them. Is that true?
Yeah, you have to give them notice, dude. 15 days.
Fuck that, man. Man,
I like that you have a towel on your shoulder to get
because this motherfucker want to play, we'll play. All right, I will murder this will become a snuff. This is about to become a snuff fucking podcast because you're gonna see the murder of that fly.
Yo, I gotta say, what is up with the snuff films on Instagram, bro?
Yo,
I'm watching this video last night, dude, and I just see this chick get blasted in the face in Philly, bro. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Why is this out? Why are people posting this shit?
Oh yeah,
and how is our stuff getting banned? And
our shit is getting banned, but that shit, I could see some dude in fucking Ecuador jump off a motorcycle.
Bro, this was in Philly, dude.
Oh,
it was in Philly, bro. Yes, it was a Philly. It was Philly. It was I don't even want to give credit to the channel, bro, because I almost reported it, but I was like, I'm no rat. I'm not gonna report that.
And why? They know it's there.
I know.
They know we're talking shit. They don't know people are killing each other on videos, that they're playing videos of people killing each other. Gary is a true New Yorker. They're born with towels.
Dude, it's so funny, bro. When you pulled that out, dude, you looked.
I'm not playing. Look,
it was so
I got a closet full of these shits because every time I go on tour, I always make sure I steal at least one of these from every hotel I go to. I got a closet full of fucking towels, and I think I've bought 2.
As you should, dude.
Listen, man. I think at least 2 towels are part of the,
They're included.
Payment. Yeah, at least 2, like one big, one little.
And a washcloth.
Yeah, man. But I finally got that motherfucker, and I caught him on the TV, right? And I saw him pop off. Now I had to find the body. This motherfucker was right by my bushy little rug that I got. I lifted that shit up. I saw him there. His legs were
the bushy rug. What, in the bathroom?
in the bedroom. You know, that little rug,
right,
rug where I
right,
put my feet.
right. Yep.
Yo, fucking legs were popping like this and shit, man. And I just, you motherfucker.
Got him.
Piece of shit. Yeah, and I got 3 today. And now this one is back. Oh. I see him. Hold on 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second.
Dun 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 dun. The hunter. Sean wants to know if it's the weed smell. Do you think it's the weed that's attracting the flies? I can't hear you. For some reason, I can't hear you right now. Did you mute yourself? Here you go. No, yeah, you muted yourself.
Yeah, I didn't mute myself, man. You muted me.
I did not mute you, bro.
I don't know.
I will mute you if I wanted to. I would.
It's not the weed smell, man.
No.
Nah, man. I missed that motherfucker because he put himself in a spot where I couldn't get a good swing. He was right behind the TV. Slick ass bastard, man.
He ain't stupid, dude. Homie don't play,
man?
bro.
What's going on, man?
What?
With these fucking the hunter, yeah, dude. I was fly hunting today, man. Carrie needs Obama to come over there and take care of that fly.
He could if he wanted to.
Why Obama?
That is something we have to talk about, dude. We never really got to the,
Obama smoking crack and giving blowjob, getting a
Whoa.
blowjob. I was gonna say it sounds like you missed him. Yeah, I did. The motherfucker. Oh, hold on.
See you. Love you, T. Bye. What time will you be home tonight, darling? Okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah, bitch.
Gary just killed a fly.
Yeah, baby.
You got him?
Dude,
Dude, come on, bro. Come on. What are you doing?
And I pluck him on the floor so that the other ones could see him until I sweep. Okay? He's a fucking, if I could, I'd put little toothpicks with their heads on them. Like fucking Game of Thrones.
Dude, why don't you
Nobody remembers when Obama killed that fly during the Pence. Oh, yeah. I remember that shit. I do remember that.
Signature characteristic of our, sorry, I'm going to start over. Hey, get out of here.
That's the most persistent fly I've ever seen.
Dude, I gotta say, the way he's swatting that fly is a little light in the loafers. You know what I mean, dude? Here, just think about that for a second. Just watch how he says. He's like, get out of here.
The signature
Get out of
characteristic
here.
of our, sorry, I'm going to start over. Hey, get out of here.
See, dude,
That's the most persistent.
get out of here.
Look at him.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll give him that, though.
Now, where were
Yeah, that's the type of motherfucker he throw like 5 rolls of quarters on his arm and be like, catch them all.
You think Obama could do that?
Hell yeah. You saw him catch that fly?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't catch it. He smacked it.
He hit it.
Yeah, he hit it. Yeah, he hit it.
Man.
That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
So I'm trying to. I want to show you some pictures from that.
I feel good. I got it.
Got what?
The fly.
Oh, you got the fly. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. I forgot I had some of these pictures. Okay, all right, here you go. These are. I want to show you some pictures from that time I was down in DC, right?
Just fucking. Look at this guy.
So this
Look at this guy.
So this was we had to do a model UN, right? Now, by the way,
does it look like you got a beer gut?
It does kind of look like that. I think the clothes just didn't really fit. I think that's what it was. I just think I had like poorly fitting clothes, which is usually what I have.
You look like a politician, man. Look at you. You look big.
Yeah, I was
stomach down.
I was six. Yeah. So I was 16, right, in this
Yeah,
photo,
16 in that photo, fully
yeah,
grown.
yeah, and so
You are my joke.
this room right here, right, is above the Library of Congress, right? And have you ever seen National Treasure where they have all the books, right? That's where this is. Yeah. What's up, Lauren?
What's up? King Handler says, "Wow, Brian has been on China's payroll since he was a kid."
So the best part about this is this was our
who are the two young ladies next to you? Do you remember?
This is Lauren Lavelle and Hannah Schumann. I actually just went to her wedding down in the Bahamas.
Are they still in politics?
No. Yeah, actually, she's in the Air Force. This girl. Yeah, she's like a high-ranking Air Force officer. I'm pretty sure. I mean, she might do recruiting or something now. And then this girl, she lives in Australia. Me and her still keep in touch. We're really good friends.
All right.
So anyway, so this was a Model UN that we did, right? And you know about like
I can't
China.
get past your pants right now, but go ahead.
You know, like China and Tibet, how like China, you know, has like they don't recognize Tibet as a country, right? So I didn't prepare for like that's the Chinese political party line, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing this thing, right? And this teacher knew I was, you know, just kind of a sack of shit and I didn't do anything. And these girls clearly did all the work, right? So they're grilling me about Chinese politics and I'm supposed to answer as like a Chinese politician. So they're like, the teacher comes up to me. He's like, so what are you going to do about recognizing Tibet as a free state? And I do, what Tibet? What about Tibet? Not knowing. And I'm just being a dick. I'm like, what Tibet? No, there's no Tibet. And I'm just being an asshole. And then the one teacher was like, yeah, actually, I mean, that's what they say. So he's right. What are you wearing right now? Khakis? No, I got gym shorts on. Gym shorts.
Why? Were you at the gym?
No.
Do you ever go to the gym?
No. I have a personality, dude.
Why do you have gym shorts?
Because they're comfortable. Basketball shorts. You want to call them basketball shorts? That's what they used to be called.
You don't play basketball either.
I do. And I'll dunk on you, son.
Oh.
Nuts in the face, bro. Cross you up. Bam. Yam City.
You couldn't dunk on me at Dunkin' Donuts. Are you fucking insane? I can't even see you dunking.
Dunker, bro. Yeah, bro. Windmills, 360s, reverses,
180s.
No, dude. Are you kidding, bro? I'm 6'3". You don't think I can dunk?
He asked in the pic if those were
they were not khakis. They're gray slacks is what
they
color
look like
they
your
were.
father's pants.
That was actually the uniform, dude. So
but I'm saying I feel like you pull that out of your pop's closet because those things look big on you, dog. You look like a chubby young slob.
That's
what's going on over there, dude. And then you got that goofy grin on.
I was an awkward teenager.
Awkward, man. You look pretty goofy, yeah.
I was just a weird little white kid.
Goofy fuck.
Yeah. So check this out. So this was the shit that I was in, right? So I was in the United States House of Representatives PAGE program, and it was a program run by the House of Representatives under the Clerk of the House, in which high school students acted as nonpartisan federal employees in the House of Representatives, providing supplemental administrative support to House operations in a variety of capacities in Washington, D.C. The program ended in 2011, and I was there in 2008.
What congressman diddled you?
None of them diddled me, but it was Pelosi and John Boehner were the ones who shut that shit down, dude. But
they shut what down? The diddling?
They shut the program. No, they shut the program because of diddling, I believe. But they never came out and said that's why they shut it down. They said it was too expensive.
Did you ever?
Fucking year, bro. It wasn't that much. And it started in 1827, dude.
Did you ever have any friends that started acting differently after they had like a meeting with one of the congressmen?
No, but what did happen the semester before I got there, in the elevator, one page was performing fellatio on another page. And then she gagged and then threw up on him in the elevator. And that's how they got caught, because there was puke in the elevator.
I was talking to a comedian who we may or may not know because you brought that up. Started to tell me a story that I knew I didn't want to hear. And he was telling me how he met a chick on Tinder, right? and they got drunk together. And then in the car,
Is it Terry McNally?
she started performing fellatio on him, and he did just that. Which I don't know what the
He
fuck.
threw up?
No. He did the thing where he pushed her head down.
Oh.
And like, I don't even understand a dude who does that. Like, you know, how do you know that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that. You're watching way too much porn. You know what I'm saying? I don't. They'll let you know if that's what they want. Believe me, they'll let you know. You're not expected to know that. But either way, that's what he did, and she threw up all over his lap, and then proceeded to continue and scooped it. He said, "Scooped it."
This is a comedian,
and then
though.
he
So
says,
do you think that part was
and
real?
then he says, "No, it's real." And then he said, "That's why I'm not saying his name." I said we may or may not know him. You know.
Oh, man.
Can
Can I guess? If I guess, will you do?
No,
you say,
I'm not
will
going
you
to say
give me a
no,
ding?
no,
Yeah, please.
No.
Is it an AC Jokes guy? Is it a
No,
New York City guy?
Listen.
Just say hotter or colder.
Just
AC
listen
Jokes?
to me. Listen to me. And then he says to me, "Yeah, man, you know, that's fucked up, man. It took me a minute to finish."
Oh!
I said, "You finished?" He said, "I almost threw up." I said, "Yeah, like you finished?"
I'm not gonna lie, I could probably still finish too.
Really?
Nah, dude, I don't think so. I don't think I'm that
I
sick.
think I would have threw up on her head.
Yeah.
She would have said, bleh, and I would say, bleh. That's what I think I would have did, because I'm not good with that whole bleh, you know. Even the sound of bleh doesn't do so well with me. Even doing that now, I could probably, if I did it one more time, I'm sure I'd have a memory. But then he says, and then, you know, it's fucked up because then she wanted to like kiss me and shit. And I'm like, yo, and I'm like, dude, you know, you kissed her. And he goes, I kissed her.
How did he say it?
Just like that. Because at first he's like, yo, dude, that she wants to kiss me and shit. And I said, dude, you kissed her. And he said, I kissed her.
Mad respect though for admitting for saying
because,
it like
come
that.
on, man. If you finished,
Yeah.
then you kissed her.
Yeah. It's the right
And
thing to do.
I don't mean that's every fucking time for
it's
everybody.
honestly it's the right
but
thing
I'm saying,
to do after that.
If she threw up on you, and then I mean, like, kudos to her, she cleaned them up. Like, she's like, oh, sorry, and you know,
Bruno,
what up, baby? And congratulations to you, Brian. Sean Eckerson says, headbutt his nuts and he won't make the dunk. Exactly, dog. I'll just punch you in them. I'm not letting your nuts hit my head, dog. I'm just going to pop you in them real quick. And I'll be like, oh, foul on me. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
All right, so here's another interesting picture.
What the fuck is that?
So this is how weird.
Look at that goofy face, dog. You've grown into your face a lot better.
Thanks, dude.
You know, I would have never guessed you turned out to be a handsome dude.
Yeah, well, you know.
Look at you, man.
Mm-hmm.
See? Some ugly ducklings blossom.
Yeah, so if you can see what this is a marble.
That is a bathtub.
It's a marble bathtub, right? And it is on one of the sub-basement levels underneath the Capitol, right? So,
why?
So in the Capitol building, dude, there are catacombs everywhere. The entire city of DC, you can walk around basically underground. And I used to be able to walk 15 to 20 blocks underground with the access that I had.
That's fine, but why is there a marble bathtub there?
Right. So you have to think about when these buildings were built. You know, a lot of them were built in the late 1800s, or I'm sorry, the early 1800s, or even some of them the 1700s.
That
right?
has faucets. They ain't ducking water in there. That has faucets. When did faucets come about?
Dude, they had pressurized water there. It was gravity pressure. So that's why it was below, because you could have a water storage something up top and then bring it down.
King Handler says these are pics from Epstein's Island. They look like it. Yeah, it looks like something used in sacrifices. Yep. They look like that's what it looks like.
So the story with these were the Page bathtubs. And I actually got shown
Did you say those are the Page bathtubs?
the Page bathtubs. So now,
Why
now,
would the Pages be taking baths?
now listen, if you shut up for a second, I could tell you the story.
I'll shut up.
The program started in 1827, right? So after the War of 1812, which was between the USA and England, where they bombed the Capitol, right? The British came back and they bombed the Capitol building and burnt it, right? They reconstructed a lot of the Capitol building, and as a result, there were a lot of kids who were basically orphans running around the city, right? And these kids were just like,
why were they orphans?
because their dads just got fucking murdered when the British stormed Washington D.C. Yeah, dude. Yeah, mom, dad got killed. Like, so there was a bunch of orphan boys that were around. Some of them in varying ages, from 6 younger or up to 15, 16, 17. So the politicians who were probably they had these
great minds think alike, by the way.
They had these, but there were good people there too, and these kids were like derelict, right? And they stunk. You have to think back then, everything's horse-drawn carriage. There's horse shit in the street all over the place, and you don't have access to running water, right?
So let's put a bathtub in the middle of a fucking hallway.
No, dude, it wasn't in the middle of a hallway. So now what this was adjacent to like an electrical shop. It was just and they had like a toilet in there, and no one used this. Like no one was going.
No one uses it. Dude, you got into a bathtub right there filled with the spirits of tiny little buttholes.
And I got to tell you, bro, when I got in it, dude, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, you felt the tightness, boy. That was the spirit of 1,000 little sphincters crying out to you.
So they used to that's how they would pay the kids in bath tokens. That's what those were.
Yeah, they paid the kids in bath tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking what are we talking about here, man?
Nutty, right?
What are we talking about here?
And check this out. We got this is the underground train right here.
All right. That looks pretty high tech.
Yeah, it's actually like from the 60s. When you get on it, you feel like you're on like a Disney World ride from the 60s. But this is, dude, this tunnel, I mean, and
that goes throughout all of Washington.
No, so this is actually the Rayburn Tunnel. So this goes from the Capitol building to the Rayburn office building, which is where, the congressmen are at. I can show you a map if you're interested.
Nah, I'm not interested.
All right. Well, I'm going to show you a map anyway, dick.
That was dickish for me to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was being a little bit of a dick. I'm cranky.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so this is the Capitol building, right?
Okay.
So this is the Capitol building, and if you actually go down right here on this little corner, this L, that's where the dorm was that I lived in as a page. So we would walk 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, uptown, and then we go into
picture you doing it.
Yeah, and
walking.
So this is where
dragging you.
That's not it. Yeah, this is it. This was the school, dude. This fucking building. This is where I went to school, up here.
How did you even get into that school?
So
how did you get into that school? Dude?
My cousin, who's a year older than me,
and also a Mason.
No,
Okay.
it was a female. My cousin Rachel.
What? They ain't no female Masons.
Her mother. I don't think so, dude.
No,
are there
no female Masons? I don't know.
I don't think so. There might be.
King Handles, Brian. I'm so glad you didn't get auctioned off to Bill.
He remembers where I went.
King Handles. So am I. Am I. How'd you get in there again? So you had a friend.
So my cousin was a year older than me, and her mother was a lawyer in Camden County, and she knew she knows the Norcross family, who were like big political power players. She knew Robert Andrews, who was a congressman in the 1st district. So she got sponsored by him, right? So then what I did is I lived in the 2nd district, which is like the lower part of Camden County and Atlantic County. And it was actually this guy, Frank Lobiando, who I think was, he's from Vineland.
You're getting very,
Italian.
You're getting very, how could I put this? Estrogeny. in this conversation.
I'm sorry.
Get to the point.
I called my congressman's office pretty much every day for 6 months until I got an appointment for it. That's how it happened.
Like
yeah,
you went forward. You
I
wanted
called.
to get into. You wanted to get into politics.
Well, this is what it was.
Did you want to become president at one time?
No, dude. No. I didn't want to. So I was always interested. Where all my history comes from is I was always interested in the ancient Greeks and the ancient Egyptians, and also just interested in.
By the way, we're very into anal. Just to throw that out there. So I don't know if that's why you were, Stormy. Good afternoon, Stormy. Welcome back.
We missed you.
It's good to see you here, in whatever sense. I don't know. I kind of feel like you want to be president.
So
I feel like I was at there's like what I want to be when I grow up. And there's probably some.
Well, I have run for office several times in organizations that I was in, and I've won. I was president. I was president of my wing in the dorm on the student council at this thing.
At this building where we know lies the spirits of 1,000 tiny sphincters.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy, dude.
It's not kind of crazy. It's crazy.
It's very crazy.
I didn't know that your aspirations were so high to run the world.
Well, so the cool part about being there is I got turned off from politics. And honestly, this is where I kind of turned into.
When did that happen?
This was 2008.
The first time a congressman offered you his nut sacks?
No, I think it was, I watched them argue about renaming a post office in Arkansas for like 2.5 hours. And I had to stay there late.
Well, what was the name? What was the name they wanted to give it?
Dude, it was named after some like soldier or something like that. It was really like inconsequential. They weren't even arguing about the name. They were arguing about the spending.
How much is it to fucking...
Dude, it was like 80 G's, bro. It was like not a lot.
Why? 80 G's to make a street sign? They still keep the old sign over it. Dude. They still keep like it'll be 89th Street, and then they'll call it like Congressman whatever lane or Fireman whatever lane, and it's still got the old thing there.
Mm-hmm.
King Hander says Brian didn't go further in politics because he hit puberty too quick. They prefer someone more boyish. Yes, that's probably the truth.
Yeah. So that beard grew in.
Once that beard grew in, you fucked up your chances.
So that window from the Chinese picture that I was showing you, that's from these windows up here at the top of this building. So this is the Library of
dude.
So this is the Library of Congress. Now just wait when you spin around. That's the Capitol building right there. It's just across the street.
Looks a little bit further than just across the street.
No, it's across the street, dude. It's right there. Well, there's just trees. Like, look, so there's the building. And this is the building. Yeah, it's across the street.
Okay, it is across the street.
But you can go underground here, all the way into the Capitol. Now, here, let me get this map back up.
Ooh, that's very interesting, man.
So
Yeah,
look,
things were going on up there, dude.
So this was the street. So look, so this is the street that we were just on, right? So this is the Library of Congress. So you can walk underground from here to the Capitol building. And then you can also go underground to 1, 2, 3, 4, all of these buildings. And then you can also go underground this way. And this is the Senate side to these Senate buildings over here. So you can really go underground from, at least what I know, from Union Station, which is the train station over here, all the way to, the DNC, which is fucking, down here and Rayburn. Because, bro, we know that out of Union Station, like this is the train station here, right? They go out to that place in West Virginia. That's the bunker. You've heard of that place out in West Virginia, right?
No. What am I missing? I don't know. I mean, acknowledge me, dog. Don't put me down. Teach me.
I'm not gonna put you down. Yeah. So this is called the Greenbrier, right? And the Greenbrier is a resort way out in West Virginia. And underneath the Greenbrier, they have a spot where they can hold government office. It's basically a second Washington, D.C. for just the people we need to get out. Now, did you ever see that TV show? I think it was Kiefer Sutherland was president. It was like they bombed DC, and then Kiefer Sutherland's like the guy who becomes president. I can't remember what it was called. Designated Survivor.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's the designated survivor.
Yeah, so he's the designated survivor, right? So they bring him out, right? You know, because he was like the transportation secretary or some shit. But besides the point, this is the building. Doesn't this look like the fucking White House or the Capitol building, bro? So they have an
it's a big ass building, dog.
Right.
That is fucking big, yo. Man, and in that building lies
so
the
look at
spirits of 1,000 or more crying sphincters.
Prepubescent sphincters.
Oh,
Did you know that carved deep into a mountainside of West Virginia is an emergency Cold War fallout shelter?
yeah,
Housed
that's
under
what
the West Virginia wing of the Greenbrier Resort, the top secret, supersized bunker was built for all 535 members of Congress during the Eisenhower era. And the Greenbrier, which has been welcoming guests from around the world since 1778, including 26 presidents and countless celebrities. Oh, dude, they recently welcomed the Today Show. The morning show broadcasted live from this foot bunker, 112,544 square foot bunker. The NBC show traveled. Dude, do you want to check this out? Watch a little clippy clip?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to pull it up on YouTube.
Because I know if I said no, you were going to play it anyway.
Oh, no, there's really, bro, it's this weird 17-second clip.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, man, do you know
something funny happened in this hill? And something funny was probably government related. It's the peak of the fallout shelter scare.
Bro, can you hear that? Did you hear that?
Something fired. Yeah, put it up,
yeah,
man. Why you?
Yeah.
Come on.
I didn't know if you could hear. He says, let me see if I can get the captions up. Yeah.
People sort of knew something funny happened in this hill. And something funny was probably government related. It's the peak of the fallout shelter scare. And I think folks locally said, well, that's some sort of government operation that we're not supposed to know about it.
Bro, this is an unlisted YouTube video. Look at this. Look at this shit. Like, you see this? Oh, it's not up. This is weird. You see how it says unlisted?
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like a private video, and it's a 17-second video.
People
it's
say
really bizarre, dude.
Funny happened there. Of course, man. Come on. They got a place that's just sitting there that can house how many people? Do you know how many hookers and prepubescent and teens and oh my gosh, man. If those walls could talk, you wouldn't even want to hear what they got to say because people don't want to hear it now.
The interesting thing that we've talked about with Tartaria and stuff like that.
Here we go with your Tartaria. Every time you say it, I think of tartar.
Listen, they've been going there since the 1770s. And now they say the building, it was built in 1910, I guess. Okay, well, oh no, 1858. Yeah, here we go. Let's look at, go to the history here. Spring of sulfur water. Ooh, sulfur water is at the center of the resort property and is surrounded by a white columned spring house, topped by a green dome that has been the symbol of the Greenbrier for generations. Beginning in 1778, Mrs. Anderson, a local pioneer, adopted the local Native American tradition of taking the water.
Hold on.
What?
Why'd you say dome like that?
Bro, it's because
what was the significance of green dome? Like, what was the significance of the dome that I'm missing? And once again, just knowledge me.
I need to, I'm gonna, I gotta get a little.
Well, you could just admit that you don't know why you did that.
What's up?
You could just admit that you don't know why you added the emphasis to the dome.
Well, dude, I was just.
Have you ever been in a big city and seen a beautiful stone building from the 1800s, standing in stark contrast to the modern concrete and steel edifices surrounding it? How could people that didn't have access to modern building equipment, materials, and engineering know-how put up these buildings? Could people with access to literal horsepower do this? Maybe they didn't. Maybe history as we know it is all wrong and a worldwide civilization has been systematically removed from our textbooks, leaving...
I'm gonna have to look into that Tartarian shit.
Yeah, dude. And it's so I'm not sure how I feel about, like, was there an advanced civilization? Was it like, what is going on? But dude, when you're out and about, and especially San Francisco, dude, who they had a World's Fair here, and there's a lot of strange architecture here. And then when you start looking on
They're
buildings,
called
like,
tents.
it does-
Pew, 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 pew.
that was great, dude. That was really good.
There's a lot of strange
But dude, you know, it's like remember that Grace Cathedral, the one that had the Beyonce mass. So
yeah.
there's another building that is across the street from it, right? And this building is there's a Freemason temple right there, right? And then there's this like Pacific Club that all the railroad barons were fucking members at, right? Like all the wealthiest families who built California had this thing. And that didn't get demolished in the earthquake, but everything else around it did. And then in like 3 years, they built the most beautiful cathedral in the city with no power tools. It's like, it just doesn't add up, you know?
I don't know. Were Mexicans around back then? I don't know.
Maybe the Tartarians are actually just Mexicans.
Just Mexicans. That's all they want, dude.
Oh, Bruno says, have you guys seen this? UFO expert displays supposed non-human alien corpses in Mexico's Congress.
I think I seen that. I think I seen a clip of it. It's like some fucking alien looking shit. You know. But that's
pulling
funny,
the article
man.
up now, Bruno.
But that's funny
you
shit.
gotta...
Maybe all I know is that all those tunnels, you know, I'm sure they were made for good intentions.
I mean,
but I'm sure because they're just sitting there, they're being used very wrongly. Sort of like the internet. It was made with good intentions. Oh, look at your granddaughter. You know, hey dog, what's up? I ain't heard from you since first grade. But now look at that shit. You know, that shit is hotty bad. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so this is the New York Post article that Bruno had. Yeah, we'll get back to the tunnels in a minute, I guess.
No. I'm satisfied with
the tunnels.
Okay. Yeah,
dude, it was crazy. We should talk more about that. The Page program was, dude, it was nuts. I got tons of crazy stories from there.
But I'm just saying, man. Oh, so you caught a chick performing fellatio? You caught?
Oh, no, I didn't catch that. That happened the semester before us. So the way that the program used to work is it was just like kind of derelict or orphan boys, right? And then it morphed into they got them a dorm, you know, so they could sneak in the middle of the night, you know, and whatever.
Why is it? Well, that goes right back to saying, you know, all those things. It's always the opposite.
What?
Because why is it all those places for like orphan children or lost boys or addiction?
Oh, dude, look, it's
addicted children.
People, dude.
Why are all of them nothing more than places for these people, these pedos, to diddle these children?
It's like homeless people on the street, dude. You can do anything to them, and no one cares. You know, there's no one watching out for them. You know.
Yeah, you're not hearing about bum hunting on mainstream media.
No.
Nor is there any proof that actually goes on, other than 2 movies that were made.
Right.
Please, what's up, baby? What up to you, man? Welcome back. I feel like it's been a minute since we heard from you, man. Hope everything is well.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I definitely think that's horrible. What's going on in those tunnels? Are there cameras in those tunnels?
Dude, there's cameras everywhere. Yeah, there's cameras everywhere. Here's one cool story. So we used to we were on the House floor, right? And if you ever watch like the State of the Union, that's, you know, the House of Reps floor 3D tour. Let's see if we can get a virtual.
You seem to know a lot now. Now I'm starting to realize where this information comes from. I feel like you were a little deep in that state.
Dude, I was one of the youngest federal employees ever.
Oof.
You know, 16 years old, dude. I was getting paid $1,000 a month plus food. It was, dude, it's amazing.
All you have to do is take a finger or two in the booty hole every now and then. Who could complain, right?
U.S. House of Representatives for 3D.
Stormy says they prey on the vulnerable people who may be going through challenges. It's sad. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But the point I was trying to make is, isn't it crazy how like pretty much all those organizations are ran by people like that? You know what I'm saying? Like all the big ones always come out. It always winds up that there's some sort of scandal with the children there. Or is it kind of inevitable?
Well, listen,
is it inevitable that a place that caters to those kind of children, is it inevitable that eventually one of those diddlers is going to slip in and then hook their friend up with a job?
I think the thing is, you know, remember when we talked about the episode with the youngest king and queens when it was like 3 and 6 and whatever? Yeah. And we also talk about, you know, the elite families or the 1%ers or, you know, whatever. You know, personally, I think that like, you know, all these people who are, you know, in the ruling class, you know, a lot of them have been in the ruling class forever in the old country, in the new country, you know, they're connected people, you know, that's just how like life works. Like, you know, I'm connected to people in Jersey. Like anytime I go back to Jersey, I got a guy for everything. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, you know, same with you in New York, you know, get those sets in, dog. So, you know, if you think about this as just like another business, that's, you know, that's what it is. These people just know each other. It's institutional for generations, you know, and these people they're weirdos, bro. They've been intermarrying families and you know, fucking their cousins forever, bro. You know, they're incestual people. They're sick people.
I think they're probably a little sicker than that. King Hannah says, look into the origins of modern medicine and gynecology. A lot of experimentation on vulnerable people.
Yeah, dude, the Tuskegee experiments, right?
Dude, there was a point.
Didn't they also like shoot up like black, you know, black males with like AIDS or syphilis or something like that?
Yeah, syphilis.
Syphilis,
yeah. And left it untreated.
To see how it would react, right?
To see what would happen if it was untreated. Yeah. You know what's crazy is I don't know why people trust their doctors. I've always had a little about doctors. Right. You know what I'm saying? I always had a little, I mean, not all of them. Some of them, I mean, there is a thing to doctors, you know, there's health and all that shit. But those gyno dudes, man, I don't know. Some of them are little. Don't get me wrong. I understand wanting to study the pussy.
Dude.
I understand why, you know, because I mean, the other alternatives, like you got them dudes that are into feet, you know, or, you know, buttholes. But, you know, there was a time where a chick would be stressed out and go see the doctor and he would just bang it with a fucking vibrator.
Really? That's what they used to do?
Yeah, son.
When was this?
Yeah. The vibrator was originally a medical fucking thing. Go ahead, check me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Check me, man. The vibrator was originally used by doctors, man. Husbands would be like, yo, you're stressed, go see the doctor. And the doctor would bang her out.
The vibrator, one of the first electrical appliances, made its way into the home as a purported medical device.
Yeah, also good as a back massager, too. You know,
that's for a sex toy. The vibrator's roots seem amazingly antiseptic and clinical. Prescribed as a cure for curious disease hysteria, the device for decades found clinical applications as opposed to medical therapy.
they were prescribed for hysteria. Look, if a chick was complaining too much, the doctor would be like, "You're hysterical." The husband would be like, "You're hysterical. Go see the doctor."
That's exactly what it is. Derived from the Greek word for uterus, hysteria occurred in women with pent-up sexual energy, or so healers and early physicians believed. Nuns, widows, and spinsters were particularly susceptible.
And sphincters?
Spinsters.
What's a spinster?
I thought a spinster was kind of like a whore, but I'm not sure. A spinster is an a spinster is an unmarried woman.
We need to bring that word back.
A spinster is a term referring to an unmarried woman who is older than what is perceived as the prime age range in women usually marry.
Oh, we need to bring that word
It's
back.
synonymous with old maid.
Old maid sounds bad. Spinster sounds
The
more
closest
like cougar.
equivalent term for males is bachelor or confirmed bachelor.
Wow.
Spinster's coming back.
World. Yo, that's fucked up. The same term for a man, it's bachelor. You know? Hold on. We got to go back a little bit, man. Yo, King Handel says, I trusted my doctors until the Rona. No doubt. Exactly.
Fake.
You know. Stormy says it's a cycle. I was a violent crime victim advocate for years. Cycles of manipulation or abuse are everywhere, every day. No doubt. Whoa, you learn something new every day. That's crazy. Yeah, man. See that? You know. That's why, ladies, if you ever get busted, just say, look, I was hysterical. Okay? you could write them prescriptions. You give a prescription with a dildo and it says take, 3 to 5 times a day or as necessary.
Or as necessary. That's great.
Yeah. Fucking dudes were sending their wives there, man. That's crazy, dude. And then they would send them home with a little bit of heroin.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Back in those days, they would send them home with a little bit of heroin in a bottle that said heroin.
Don't you wish that was still a thing, dude?
Not me, man. Heroin doesn't attract me, dog. I've never been attracted to it. I just don't get it. I don't want to feel that good. I don't want to feel that so good that my rent don't matter, that my teeth don't matter. I want that stuff to still matter.
You'll be worried about the rent, dude.
You'll
be worried at the rent.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it just depends on how much heroin you're doing, dude.
I don't know where a heroin addict finds time to worry about the rent. Where do you find that time?
You make time. You make it up in the air.
Yeah. That's why my whole building's being evicted right now. I'm like the only person on my floor. There's like maybe I don't even know if there's anyone on the floor below me. They're all getting evicted, man. They're all getting kicked out.
I have a few more pictures to show you. They're not the best quality, but it's what I could. That's what I feel like on the internet.
I feel like they used to make let's just say children's wine in that tub.
You see this signature right here?
Why do I feel like you're somewhere in the back middle?
Yeah, I am. I can't. I think.
Is that you on the left right there where you just passed?
I gotta get my dad to send me the pic because I took these off Facebook.
Oh, you can't zoom in?
Well, I can, but it's not really clear. It's not super clear, but this was our class photo. Nancy Pelosi was the Speaker of the House, so she signed it, and that's actually her. Oh, I'm not even sharing the screen right now. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, so Nancy signed all of it, and then she's in the middle right here. But I'm somewhere, I was a Republican page, so I never wanted to be super close to the Democrats in these photos.
Ooh, those dirty Demis. The dirty Demis. I don't want them breathing on me.
And then I'll probably be able to find myself in this next photo. This was our class photo.
How will you be able to find yourself in that one?
Because I feel like I think that's me right there. Because I remember where I was standing. Yeah, I think that's me right there. And these are my two boys.
One of the tall ones, boy.
Yeah, yep. And then, okay, yep. Do we recognize anybody in this photo?
Who am I looking at? That chick that's in the other picture with you? What are we looking at? Why don't you show me, dude? I'm not gonna. Where are you?
Can you make out this face right here? Who that is?
Oh, look at that, dude.
That is Senator Barack Obama.
Who probably took a couple of fucking hits of the old crack pipe before he took that picture. That's why his eyes are so low and his smile is so big.
Mm-hmm. And then your boy is right there.
Oh, look at you in the dark.
I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be in this photo. I was like,
they're the dirty demis, man. Look at this motherfucker leaning in. He want to be in that shit. He's like,
yeah, there was a bunch of people
trying
who
to
were
be
like
in more
that.
pictures than just his own.
Yep.
That's crazy, dude. You was connected. Yeah, look at that dude making sure he leaned in, covering the other person's face. Look at that person popping their head out in the corner.
Which one? This one? Oh, this guy.
Oh, no, not him. He's the one holding the mic. He's the boom handler. Oh, no, he's not. He's not holding the mic.
Yeah, yes, that's a mic.
Yeah, but that's not his hand.
Oh.
Not unless he got two right hands.
That's true.
Or maybe that is his hand. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Yeah, this was on the cover of New York Times, though.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you've been on the cover of New York Times?
Yep.
Damn.
In the shadows.
In the shadows.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. So last night I came home just to talk politics for a little while, and let's go into some.
Well, I actually before we get into that, can we go into the UFO thing that Bruno popped up?
Oh yeah, sure. Bring up some.
I want to get back to that.
Yeah, sure. We're not going to cut off Bruno. He made the time to send us the link.
Can you hear it?
Humanos
hear it?
Que no son parte de
nuestra... It's in Spanish, so does it really matter? Terrestrial.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna turn it on mute and just read it to everybody.
Yeah, just read it.
There are beings, non-humans, who are not part of our terrestrial evolution, and that after disappearing, we do not. What the fuck? There is a subsequent evolution, according to the university. National Autonomous Government of Mexico carried out the analysis of
get the fuck out of here.
Carbon-14 dating these beings are around 1,000 years old.
Of course.
Of antiquity, that is, they are not beings that were recovered in birds that are crashes. I guess that means like in
plane crashes.
But they are beings that were buried in mines of diatoms, diatomaceous earth. Diatom is a bug, civilized with 17 million ancient phytoplankton, which was abundant. All right, well, you know, this is the video. We're gonna have to read the article to fucking break this shit down.
So what were those, baby aliens or like those full-grown aliens? You know,
so Mexican. This is from the New York Post.
It's funny you should say Mexico, because I was gonna say, you know, the Mexicans are probably glad they're around because they make them look taller.
Mexican politicians were shown 2 mummified corpses this week that a UFO expert claimed are clear demonstration of non-human aliens. The 2 bodies, with only 3 fingers on each hand and elongated ET-style heads, were displayed in window boxes Tuesday for a public congressional hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Pause right there for 1 second. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine like you die and then like 1,000 years later they're displaying your fucking corpse, your bones and shit in front of some hearing?
Own Police says, I heard that this guy is a Mexican version of the Ancient Aliens guy, which is that tzatziki sauce guy. You know, with the crazy hair? Dr. Tzatziki.
Yeah, no.
But you don't know who it is?
They only had 3 fingers, no thumb. How do you open the door? Well, maybe they probably bend in all directions.
The corpses are
that shit that massages your head.
Do you think they have those little balls of electricity that you put your fingers on, and that's how they steer? Like they got at Spencer's Gifts. You know, like
they probably got bell heads. They got bell head fingers, probably.
Yeah.
You know, like little penis bell head fingers. This way they can like if they go around a door, they'd have that little lock, like it kind of locks, and then you can
suctions.
Yeah.
It must be great to pick your nose if you're an alien.
Depends on how big your nose is. Because if you got bell head fingers and little regular noses,
yeah,
and most of them don't even have noses, they just have those gapes, like the
slits
go in their face. Yeah, they go.
Yeah, but those look like they could open wide.
Ugh.
The corpses are between 700 and 1,800 years old, with X-rays showing
they could open wide. You think they could like you could fuck their face? You think you could DP their fucking nose?
You could TP it, dog. You can get them in the mouth too.
Oh my God, you are a disgusting human being. The aliens might like me though.
They're freaks.
The aliens, they're freaks, boy.
So the corpses are between 700 and 1800 years, or 700 and 1800 years old, with X-rays showing one of them has mysterious eggs inside. UFOologist Jamie Masterson told the hearing. These specimens
Eggs inside, so it's pregnant.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to check. We'll look for the X-ray
Between
photos.
his legs. Okay.
The specimens are not part of our terrestrial evolution, Maussan said, of supposed DNA testing on the small figures, according to Marca, which is a Spanish, Spain Spanish newspaper, I believe. These aren't beings that were found after a UFO wreckage. They were found in diatom algae mines and were later fossilized. This is the first time extraterrestrial life is presented in such form, and I think there is a clear demonstration that we are dealing with non-human species that are not related to any other species in our world.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that's a male.
Yeah, it kind of looks pretty.
Nah, I'm telling you, that's the reason why chicks don't fucking care about aliens, because the males, they're always very ribby. Look, that's very ribby. I'm pretty
the
sure
ancient
like
specimens were retrieved from
even
Cusco,
before.
Peru in 2017. Scientists recently studying the UFO specimens at the
what? Did you just freeze? Did he just freeze on us? Or did I just freeze? I'm very confused. I probably just froze. Did I freeze or did you freeze?
I think I froze. Let me just get rid of some of these. I got
Yeah,
like
man, you always got all those things open, man.
Well, it's just because I want to get back to the stuff that we were talking about. We're good. So the mysterious findings were presented along with a slew of other UFO videos and unidentified anomalous phenomenon. The hearing aimed to rule on the phenomenon in the aerial space protection law, which would turn Mexico into the first country in the world to acknowledge the presence of aliens on the planet, local media reported. Ryan Graves, Ryan Graves, the executive director of Americans for Safe Aerospace and a former U.S. Navy pilot, told the hearing that UAPs represent an urgent priority for both aerospace safety and scientific inquiry. This dude also testified at the U.S. Congress, so he was down there in Mexico also. Maussan, who is Mexican-born, the best-known UFOologist, has been outspoken about extraterrestrial findings. Earlier this year, the expert tweeted a photograph of a sunset over a stadium near the U.S. that featured a UAP. I believe it is a ship of non-human origin.
See, here's the thing with that shit, man. I mean, listen, if that's real, then then what are we talking about here? Then why isn't it just verified as this is real? And you know what I'm saying?
Well, so
where's
this is
the argument if that's real.
So this is I was actually listening to Rogan's podcast with that guy Jeremy Corbell and George something. He was the dude who produced the documentary for Bob Lazar, the Netflix documentary. And they were basically saying their opinion is that the reason the government doesn't come out and say it, because once they admit that, there's a bunch of institutions that are going to crumble, right? A bunch of them. Like, dude, if we found out they're aliens, are you going to pay fucking taxes to the U.S. government?
Why wouldn't you? If they've been here all along.
But that's what they're thinking. The reaction is gonna be
from 700 to 13. Oh, but what do you mean?
But the reaction of the public,
because you don't trust them now.
Correct. They think that so one theory is that it was really 1947 when the government kind of first found like an actual craft, right? Like we retrieved a craft, but they've been seeing them all throughout history and just not really knowing. But the thought is they found something in 1947. The U.S. government did. The Russians found some shit. Mussolini. It was actually Mussolini who found the first one in I think in 39 or 37 or something like that in Italy.
Big up to Musi.
Yeah, and then he told Hitler, and then the U.S. found some. The Russians found one because they were all doing these nuclear things, and that's when they think they came back. Right.
Like groundhogs.
So what they were saying is back then, it would have been mass hysteria had they let it out. So they've been slowly leaking this information for 50 to 100 years until we're ready to do it.
They say the same thing about Paul McCartney's death. I'm telling you, Raymond Roll. Hey, welcome back. Damn, missed the whole hour so far, but catching up to this live now. Let's go. You haven't missed much, man. I'm sure your brain is probably better off being an hour late.
Dude, he's watched every episode, Raymond.
Oh, yeah, that's right, man. Big up to you, Raymond. Shit. Welcome back, man. Glad you're here. So, but like that's what I'm saying, though, man. It's like Do you honestly think everyone would bug out? That's the reason they give for everything. We can't tell people because people will bug out. You know, they basically think people are stupid. And that's the biggest thing. My biggest problem ain't that they lie to me. Is that they're kind of insulting, especially nowadays. They don't even try. At least back in the day, they tried. You know, it might not have been good, but they stuck to their stories. You know, I mean, come on, those two little alien things are real right there. If that video is real, those are real. Then what the fuck are we talking about here? Then there's aliens, obviously.
Know, it's crazy.
You know,
it's fucking crazy, dog.
I mean, like, what are we like? In other words, if those are real, the guy's showing two supposedly alien corpses.
Mm-hmm. I got the X-rays.
You do have the X-rays?
Yeah.
Those are the X-rays. The X-rays look bigger than the actual things looked.
What the fuck?
I guess they blew them up. Well, what are you doing over here?
It's just a shitty fucking website. It's a shitty website. What's up, Mama? Are you okay?
Yeah, Mama.
Baby.
I don't know. Yeah, when she's probably gonna throw up. You know, she usually does that when she's gonna throw up.
God, this is a fucking terrible website.
Yeah, man. I mean, what are we looking at the X-rays for anyway? What are we gonna see there, man? What's up, baby?
Bro, this thing was pregnant, dude.
It was pregnant, right? Eggs?
I mean, bro, yeah. I mean, what would you? I mean, dude, if this X-ray is real and this thing is real, it's got these two things up top too, which I'm not really sure what those are.
They look like breastises, alien breastises.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even know what those things are. Where are you getting pregnant from? Maybe that's its fucking. Maybe those are two fucking kidneys, and his inserted dingling. Maybe the dinglings were on the inside. You know. Do you think when aliens do it doggy style, they call it doggy style? Raymond says, appreciate ya. Add some good humor to the day. Brian is already fried.
Brain is already fried.
Oh, brain is already fried. I think I read it right, but I think you spelt it right too. I think, yeah, he is fried. He started an hour late too, so don't feel bad. He was an hour late to the show too, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Mama's been bugging ever since the day I was throwing up from all that fucking mushrooms and MDMA. She was mad at me, boy.
Really?
She was just looking at me like, look at you, you know? And then she gave Mark an attitude.
Really?
Like, look what you did to my dad. Right, baby? Yeah,
bro,
she was very upset.
This is crazy, bro.
Talk to me, man. Don't just keep it to yourself.
Dude,
we have people waiting.
This is just, you know. I think this is nuts, dude. This was like how we just had those UFO hearings. This is exactly the same thing in Mexico. It's just the hearings in their Congress, and they had bodies, dog.
I know. They bought receipts. What better receipts than a body? You know what I'm saying? But now the question is, do you think those are actual bodies, or do you think, you know, it's fake? Like that Amish dude. Was he Amish? Remember the Amish dude that kept finding all those, no, I don't think he was he Amish?
What did he find?
He kept finding all those writings from back in the day, from the dude who created the whole.
Oh, you're talking about the Mormon guy, Joseph Smith.
The Mormon dude,
and the frog.
So maybe they're like that Mormon dude. Maybe they're really good at making fossils. You know what I'm saying?
Was the Mormon guy making fossils?
No, the Mormon dude was making pages that were supposed to be thousands of years.
Yeah, the tablets.
Yeah, and they were saying that this is they got verified by a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mama, she just.
You've heard about the dinosaurs?
What about
dinosaurs being fake?
I would believe that.
Yeah, that they were created in the 1800s.
They were created in the 1800s. I mean, I don't know. I guess, you know, listen, if the bones are real, then, you know, once again, if it's real,
we
then
talked
what are we
about
talking
that.
about?
All dino bones in museum cast
are not real.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, I mean, they make good movies.
Yeah, let's see what.
Could you imagine a world without Jurassic Park or Godzilla?
Okay, so here's what it says. Are dinosaur bones in museums real? Yes
Oh,
and no.
Yeah.
To answer this question, it is necessary to review the difference between bones and fossils. According to Museums Victoria, a fossil refers to evidence of an organism from more than 12,000 years ago, which was the beginning of our current geological period, the Holocene epoch, which they think that there was that Younger Dryas impact, which wiped out everything that was here.
I'm being attacked right now.
Yeah, it's all right. And fossils aren't just bones. They can be trace fossils, meaning evidence of impressions or things like that, like feces or body fossils, yada, 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 yada.
Feces?
According to the Field Museum, most dinosaur bones...
These motherfuckers are finding fossilized shit? That's
yeah,
what they're saying?
Yeah. So...
and what, judging by the size of the shit, they're able to maybe judge the size of the fucking thing because they see a big shit. They're like, whoa, this must have been a big dinosaur.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little dinosaur that takes big shits.
According
I'm a little dude, and I could take a big dump. That's why bathrooms and location of bathrooms are very important whenever I go anywhere.
Yeah. Most dinosaur bones you see in museums are real rocks of bones, that is. However, oftentimes museums will also make a cast of bones. These are made from the molds of fossil bones or through advanced 3D printing.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype.
Who knows? I mean, I wasn't around.
No.
So I don't know if dinosaurs are real. I know they told me that dinosaurs are real, but now I look at what they're telling kids now, and I'm like, what if they did that to me? What if they did that to me? What if when they started teaching the round earth, all the people who knew it was flat were like, dude, you're fucking, what are they doing? Okay, do you hear these motherfuckers? And the left was going against the right back then. And they were like, nah, man, we got to stop teaching that shit. But the left won and the world came around. What if that's how it happened?
Christina said she thought of a funny skit that would be the round earthers in 1492, trying to convince everybody that it was fucking round and not flat. And then them being like, no, you're fucking crazy. Of course. Yeah, we're the center of the universe, of course. It's
that's
flat.
what I'm saying. Like, of course, I believe it is what I was taught. And I was taught that at a time that I could trust the people teaching me shit. But that was also a time when, if you sounded convincing and you can get enough people to believe you, then it was true. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of believe they were dinosaurs because look at the fucking alligators.
I know, dude. And sharks and stuff like that.
Or what if alligators and sharks are the dinosaurs?
So
and they just saw those and go and there's some scientist who's really smart decided, there had to be bigger ones.
Well, and then if you believe the fossils. So how do you?
I mean, I saw a whole thing about how they can, how fossils, can be created very quickly, that it doesn't take the time that we've been told it takes to make fossils. That's just what I saw. I saw something on that. So before everybody out there starts telling me how stupid I am, because what are you talking about? Fossil? I've never been called dumb so many times than on any of our clips. I actually laugh at it now. How many people call me dumb? I find it kind of amusing.
I think
I never claimed to be smart, by the way.
I think we've talked about this before, but it said the idea of a spherical Earth appeared in ancient Greek philosophy with Pythagoras in the 6th century BC. So that's like the year 600 BC. However, most pre-Socrates people, 6th and 5th, retained the flat Earth model. In the early 4th century, Plato wrote about a spherical Earth. 330 BC, Aristotle said the Earth was round. But then it went back to flat.
So we're not the first.
We're
not the
first.
first.
Protestants to argue it is a historical myth that medieval Europeans generally thought the Earth was flat. So this myth was created in the 17th century by Protestants to argue against Catholic teachings. Despite the scientific fact and obvious effects of Earth's sphericity, pseudoscientific flat Earth conspiracies are espoused by modern flat Earth societies, increasingly by unaffiliated individuals using social media.
I don't know, but it sounded like they just kind of dissed us. Were they talking about us?
I think so, dude.
They could have been. I don't know. Please says dinosaurs are real and the earth is round. Listen. Listen, I'm not saying it's not please. I have no reason, I have no proof to say that it's not. I mean, I was taught that, you know, and I always believed it wholeheartedly. All I'm saying is that a lot of questions have been brought up that I was like, oh, that's a good question. And I'm on the other side with that. If somebody like Mark the other day said, you know, why don't they just take a telescope and look straight instead of going from the top? Just look straight. You should be able to start. And I'm like, okay, that's a good question. Why don't they do that? You know, and he's saying it's round. And I'm saying I kind of think I saw. I don't know. Okay. You know, but that's what they want. They want us not to know. That's all part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing of giving too much information. You just overflood everybody with information, all kinds of different theories, and then you don't even know what up or down is anymore. You know, we're living in a world where they don't know what a woman is anymore. They don't know what a dude is anymore. You know, dudes can have periods. Kids can be cats. You know, now all those kids who want to be dinosaurs could be dinosaurs, whether or not they ever existed. You know, who the fuck cares? I believe dinosaurs existed, man. I don't think somebody came up with that.
Now, how does that play into your Christianity?
I think they talk about it in the Bible about a huge beast and shit like that. I think. I mean,
like in Genesis.
It's hard for me to remember. It was a big book, and I read it a while ago. You know, and I'm not going to sit here and say I study it like I should. Raymond says, I definitely remember being taught it was round in school growing up, but also remember being taught of the feud between both sides.
Yes.
Flat Earth believers have definitely been around since before social media.
They taught us that. They taught us the story of Columbus, that he thought it was flat.
That everyone thought it was fat, and that Columbus went, and that Columbus is actually, that's what I was taught. I was taught Columbus is the one who proved that am I bugging out, that the earth was round? Because they kept telling him you're going to fall off the earth.
Right. Yes.
Right. That's what I was taught. And if that's bullshit, then there you go. There's that education shit right there.
Right. And now look, this is from the History Channel. That's what they taught us in school. It says, this is from History Channel. Christopher Columbus never set out to prove the earth was round.
See?
Humans have known the earth is round for thousands of years.
Okay.
In 1492, Columbus was shocked when his ship made landfall in a land that Europeans never explored. Along the way, he proved that the earth isn't flat after all, right? Wrong. Despite a persistent legend, you mean propaganda? You mean persistent propaganda? Neither Columbus nor his Spanish patrons thought the earth was a finite plane instead of a round planet. And you can blame one of the United States' greatest authors for creating a myth that still surrounds one of history's best-known figures. When Columbus set sail in 1492, he predicted he'd make landfall in Asia. Legend has it that he defied Spanish officials to do so, sailing west instead of east because he was certain the world was round. There's just one problem. It's almost certain in the 1490s, nobody thought the earth was flat. According to historian Jeffrey Burton Russell, no educated person in the history of Western civilization from the 3rd century BC onward believed the earth was flat. So you're saying before Christ. That was thanks to scientists, philosophers, and mathematicians who was as early as around 600 BC. Pythagoras, he's the guy who invented fucking geometry, and I believe, and trigonometry maybe.
Fuck him.
Using calculations based on the sun's rise and fall, shadows, and other physical properties of the planet. Greek scholars like Pythagoras and Aristotle determined that the planet was actually a sphere. During Columbus's time, educated people carefully studied knowledge passed down by ancient Greeks. Thus, it's nearly impossible and completely implausible that rich Spaniards of the late 15th century thought that Columbus would fall off the map. Okay. However, he ran into resistance to get funding. He mistakenly believed that the circumference of the earth was small, and by traveling west towards what he thought was China, he'd open up new trade routes.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, okay. I want to see who it was. Oh, it was Washington Irving. He was the guy who wrote that, what is it? The Headless Horseman?
Was he?
Yeah, Washington Irving. Yeah.
I don't know.
The myth of Columbus' supposed flat earth theory is tempting. It cast the explorer's journey. Rather, it was invented in 1828 when Washington Irving published The Life and Voyages of Christopher Columbus. Irving, a master storyteller, was already famous for Rip Van Winkle. Fucking ads. And The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. That's a Headless Horseman.
Yeah. See, like telling stories.
Yeah. His inspiration came after his friend.
Stories.
Yeah. Alexander Hill Everett, the United States minister to Spain, invited Irving to stay with him in Madrid. Well,
Irving was telling lies, yo.
while visiting the city, Irving was tempted by the gigantic archive of documents about Columbus and decided to write the explorer's biography. The archive might have been extensive, but Irving couldn't help from adding fictional flourishes to Columbus's already fascinating life. Crucially, he claimed that when the explorer told Spanish geographers the Earth was not actually flat, they refused to believe him, even questioning his faith and endangering his life. Is there anyone so foolish as to believe in people who walk with their heels upward and their head hanging down? One of the Catholic geographers supposedly exclaimed when Columbus told him the Earth was a circle and not a flat line. The real fools were Irving's readers, who were taken by his inaccurate account, and when his book became a runaway bestseller, the supposed confrontation between the rational explorer and the dogmatic official was accepted as truth. Over
That's
the years,
crazy how that shit became best. Like, yo, we put out a story about Christopher Columbus, and everybody was like, yo, I want to see that shit. Nowadays, that shit would go straight to streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to watch no fucking thing on Christopher Columbus. That was the fucking, the dude back in the day. There were probably chicks who had like drawings of him on the wall, like pinups. They probably had cameras back then, right? Taking pictures. Nah, they ain't taking pictures. Were they taking pictures or were they doing paintings and shit?
Paintings, dude. Pictures weren't until like the
early
1800s might have been the first.
So they're doing paintings. They have like a drawing of Christopher Columbus up on their shit.
I don't know, bro. I mean, it's interesting to say.
They had porn back then, right?
Oh yeah, they'd vibrate.
It was just drawings. Well, vibrators. But the dudes, I don't think the dudes were up on that shit though. I think the doctors kept that shit a secret for a minute. It wasn't until that shit got in the house.
The dudes were doctors, and it was the barber too.
And once it got into the house, that's when the husband started picking up on, oh, that's what that shit is. Like the first time they walked in on their wife, like, honey, oh my God, that's what you do with that shit. Because she probably before that would like, get out, I'm getting hysterical. And he'd be like, just use your fucking vibrator, not knowing what it did. He thought it was like, rubbed it on her neck and shit, which she still might do, but yeah, man, that's crazy. So they had porn, but the porn, the dude would have to draw shit. You'd have to see and stories, right? Like
that's why people don't like artists,
Yeah, man. That's crazy, dude. I wonder if he had like models. Porn has gotten like this. Such a thing is like, like that's what I'm saying when you say everything shouldn't be accepted. You wind up fucking it all up. Porn now is just too accessible. It's just too fucking accessible. There's too many fucking categories that shouldn't be categories. You know what I'm saying?
And it's all incestual.
Nowadays, yeah, it's a lot of incestual.
Stepbrother, stepmom, stepdad,
mom and daughters,
sister.
Sisters. But then you see shit like right now, like it's gotten so bad. They got, like I said, the condom shit. If
what do you mean the condom shit?
Well, I mean, you have to wear condoms in certain states. That's why they go into other states to do porn now. Where I think in California or wherever it was, you have to wear condoms, which you don't want that in porn. Porn's supposed to be kind of fantasy-ish, right? You don't want to believe that shit has consequences. That's why it's porn. You don't want to believe that it has consequences. You want to believe that when he takes that dick out of her butt and she puts it in her mouth, there's no consequence to that. That's totally fine. That's healthy. Once you see the condom, then it brings the reality of, oh, that chick is a dirty bitch. She be fucking mad dudes. He better put a condom on that. You know what I'm saying? I saw a porn where the dude had one nut. Why? Why? That shouldn't get you. Look, I know we need inclusiveness, but that doesn't need to be included. Who wants to see a one nut dude banging a chick? I couldn't start looking at his nut. I had to turn it off. You know what I'm saying? I got one nut. And it was obviously one nut. It wasn't like it was in the middle and you thought maybe the two came together for a little while. No, it was literally one left nut. And they're going to do back shot views. Who wants to see that shit? Ugh. You don't want to see everything, man. Some things you don't want. Some things just don't look good. So a chick put Fruit Loops in her fucking vajaj. What the fuck is sexual about that? All you need is clean, petite, and beautiful feet. That rhymes.
So
really, is that all you need? What if she got like? What if she like when you look up from those clean, petite, and beautiful feet, you see that feels so good. That feels so good. Cliffy Icon says one nut. That's hilarious. I saw a chick with 3 tits.
What up, Cliffy?
You saw a chick with 3 actual tits?
I think he's like for fucking around.
I mean, the dude did have 1 nut. That ain't fucking around. You know? That's crazy, yo. This is the world we live in, man.
All right, dude. So that 70 show. Danny Masterson.
Let's talk about Danny Masterson, that fucking slimy bastard. We talked about it. It's fucked up because I will say he was one of my favorite characters on the show.
He was great.
Right? Steve. Was that his name? Steven?
Hyde. Yeah, Steven
Hyde. Yeah, Hyde.
Yep.
Yeah, man. In case you don't know, Hyde's been sentenced to 30 years for 2 rape charges. Brutal rape charges. And yeah, good for him. But you know, it doesn't end there.
Dude?
Nah, he deserves to be in jail, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's good for him. He got what he, you know,
he was a Scientologist.
I mean, supposedly a Scientologist. And what's the name? Remy? What's that chick's name? Remy, the one that was a Scientologist and she got out.
Leah Remini.
Leah Remini. She went to the sentencing, you know, because she's been talking out about how it was Scientology that helped to keep him from getting busted for so long. And supposedly there's more victims, but he got charged and convicted for 2, supposedly. There were more, supposedly. I don't know. But, you know, it doesn't end there with this dude getting sentenced. What people are bugging out now is that Ashton Kutcher, that guy's going to wish he was back in the 70s. Or, you know, you don't know, you know, maybe he's going to hope that he's at least in a cell block that likes the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he's in a cell block that liked the show, you know, he might be all right. And he's got dough. You know, he's got Scientology behind him. He's got dough and Scientology behind him. So I'm pretty sure there'll be enough money in that commissary to keep him safe. But
you're talking about Ashton Kutcher
and his wife Mila, they wrote letters of like, you know, asking for leniency on the sentencing, and then that got out, and everybody started bugging out on them, and they apologized. But in their apology, like they're not sorry. They're sorry that it got out. The first thing he says is, you know, this was meant for the judge's eyes only. It wasn't meant to get out. And we're sorry if, you know, we
hold on. I got the video.
Yeah, show that shit, man. Fucking what a bunch of that.
So she was 14. She was 14 when she started the show, and it's allegedly he says Bill Cosby's free. How that guy got 30 years.
Bill Cosby is free, I think, on a technicality, if I'm correct. And plus he's like fucking 80 something, 90. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, he ain't getting nobody to drink anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? This dude's a young dude who's still very violent, you know.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters.
Yeah, you say
to
no,
represent
dude.
the person that we knew for 25 years.
You knew a rapist.
So that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape.
Especially Danny. Our hearts go out to everybody involved, including Danny. If you want, I'll write something, you know, I could write something for the Ashton on Epstein's flight log. Not sure. A lot of people don't know because they haven't released all that shit really. You know,
this is a clip from Conan.
You have no accent though. You have no Long Island accent that I can discern.
Not really. I've been in LA for like 10 years.
And it just goes away naturally, right?
It goes away naturally, and then there's also certain words that there's nothing you can do about. Like my friend Bodie Elfman, he always teases me and he says, "Hi, my name is Danny Masterson. Would you like to touch my balls?" You know, doing an imitation of me. Because certain words
why are you asking people to do that? That's the more important question.
I mean, you got them.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Accent aside,
Everybody should grab.
that's the more important thing.
Exactly.
I've heard about you. And you soon. I know you will.
I will.
That 70s show.
Why'd they bleep it out?
You.
What's that?
Why'd they bleep it out?
No, they didn't bleep anything out. What do you mean? What they bleep out?
When he said you will get caught.
No, they didn't bleep it out. Listen.
I've heard about you. And you'll be caught soon. I know you will.
I will.
That 70s show.
And then he said,
I will. Yeah, he will. And he did. I don't know how soon. What year was that?
Not.
But I mean,
sure.
it's one of those things, right? Where like, if I found out you was a serial killer, you know, what is me giving like if I found out you was a serial killer, what is me writing to the judge gonna do to help you? Nothing.
I mean, it speaks to
I'll
their,
write you a letter and I'll tell you,
com-
listen, I still got your back. You know, like you're
Mhm.
my dog. You know, I'll write you and shit. You know, you didn't kill me. You know, I'll be like, dude, that was fucked up, dude. What the fuck was you thinking? Shit like that. You'll get letters like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck was wrong with you, dog? What the fuck was you thinking, yo? You know, you fucked up our whole podcast now.
Sorry, I didn't do it though.
Raymond says that video itself looks scripted.
There's another video.
Well,
That's
all that shit is scripted.
Mhm.
Nothing is said. That's the reason why I also got turned off from the industry a lot, because nothing is said that is put out there that they don't
write.
say this is what you're gonna say.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When they say they have writers, the writers write everything. They know what questions they're gonna get asked, and they know what the answers are gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to go off of that is like, it better be good and it better not hurt nobody, because if it does, you will feel the wrath of that shit. King Handel says he'll be grabbing his own ankles pretty soon. You hope there's some sort of like, you know, jailhouse retribution.
Oh,
You know, I mean, these are Scientologists. It's not like it's Christian. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm fucking terrible. I know I'm terrible. Okay, nobody has to tell me. I'll be the first one to admit it.
we have some clips from back in the day. Oh, here you go.
The Traveling Runner. Hey, it's like a reunion, man. How much time you think they'll knock off on the appeals? Oh, so you think that? I don't think they're gonna knock off anything.
It could happen, dude.
You know, I don't know. Those appeals take a while, man. They take a while. Peace to you too, Traveling Runner. They take a while, those appeals. So by the time, you know, like, even if he was to win some sort of appeal, he'd still already have been in prison for like 25 years already or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because innocent people be doing like 20-something years on appeals before, you know, they get let go and shit.
Thank you, Traveling Runner. I appreciate the congrats.
Yeah, I started watching that Convicting a Murderer by Candace Owens.
I haven't seen that yet. I want to watch.
Well,
I want to show you this real quick.
Let's see.
Hilary Duff is in Lizzie McGuire. She also has an album out. She's going to be in a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen. And she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18, along with the Olsen twins. Any 15-year-old.
Ended up getting the job, and I didn't
Working
know.
with me.
Yeah, and she was as hot as she was. You know,
14.
14. She was even hotter. But I'm not allowed to say that.
He was 14 when we started the show. I was like 19, right?
Right.
And they're like, okay, you guys are going to be making out in this scene. And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly illegal,
that's
right?
probably your first kiss ever, right?
It was my first kiss. Where's someone bet you made with Danny about our first kiss?
No, it wasn't the first kiss. It was like a second or third kiss.
It was the first. It was like the first week.
No, it was not the first week.
Whatever. Let me tell you what happened.
No, let me tell you what happened.
No, okay, 'cause I've never kissed a guy. So I was so. I mean, you know,
This is creepy as fuck.
and I was extremely scared for my life.
Sure.
And he was very nice about it. He
This
was
is on
like, "Oh, don't
daytime
worry."
TV.
So I was like, okay. Then Danny goes and goes, dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her. What would he stick your tongue in my mouth or some?
What? No.
For $10.
He looks so creepy. Look at
Like
him.
really. Okay, Dan, we had a little side bet, don't we?
Yeah,
Like,
which was
It wasn't very
as to
inside.
whether or
It's
not,
Rosie.
you're kissing on the show with boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
You would use tongue, right, Rosie? I mean, you would.
From that 70 show, and you're watching In the Crease TV.
Hi, I'm Ashton Kutcher, and I'm from That 70 Show TV. No, That 70 Show too.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm doing this is not because I think In the Crease is good, but because Jock told me Mila would sit on my lap and like.
She's sitting on his dick. She's sitting on his dick.
It feels good.
Yeah. His zipper's open right there. His zipper was open, dude.
That was fucked
Sick.
up.
That makes me not like the show, man. I hate this shit. I like that 70s show.
Mm-hmm.
They're all fucking that sucks, man. That fucking sucks. Okay? They're ruining everything. They ruined Bill Cosby show. Now they ruined the 70s show. Fucking, they ruined all the fucking Woody Allen movies. I mean, don't get me wrong. Woody himself fucking ruined that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And what about Woody, man? Yo, did you hear that they're coming out with stuff with Epstein, that he had some sort of like lab? He opened up some lab called what was the name of it? Something Horizon something or something Horizon. And these motherfuckers were like doing tests on like mentally challenged children and kids with autism and all kinds of shit, man. It's some new shit that started popping out. I've been trying to get more information on it, but the chick that I've been watching, she's very like boring. So it's hard to like pay attention. I can only get so much information at a time. It's all just very, straight up information shit. And she's dropping a lot of names and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep up with this shit.
What? Dude, I'm finding a couple really weird articles right now, dude. All right, so this is the first one from, this is a Vox article, which I don't really like Vox, but this is from January 10th of 2020. A new MIT report on Jeffrey Epstein raises questions like how much to blame billionaires like Bill Gates.
Yo, see that body? Look at that picture of Bill Gates.
That was me.
His body looked just like you. That's what your body looked like in that picture, dude. You got Bill Gates' body. That's gonna be a new term, Bill Gates body.
So many of the connections centered around MIT's Media Lab, an institution popular in Silicon Valley that had concealed fundraising relationships with Epstein. Many of the billionaires, Gates to Reid Hoffman, weren't exactly revealing about their ties to Epstein, or at least quick to defend the Media Lab's leadership over the Epstein situation. Many hoped in the months in the making external report from lawyers hired by MIT would finally put these questions to rest. But when the report was released Friday, investigators skirted direct answers and statements of fact and ultimately failed to settle on some of the basic questions about Silicon Valley responsibility for nurturing Epstein.
Oh yeah, because I heard something about that too. That they brought him down there to Silicon Valley. He met all those people and then got in tight with all of them.
Right.
Yeah. And supposedly he had a lab. It was called something Horizon. Man, can't fucking remember the name of it, man. I'm so upset. But I'll look into it and I'll get more information and we'll talk about it. We'll go into a bigger hole of that. But yeah, Epstein's name is popping up again. And Bill Gates is with it too.
Epstein hoped to seed human race with his DNA.
Oh shit.
This is from geneticsociety.org. It says Epstein, the financier, he hoped to seed the human race with his DNA by impregnating women at his vast New Mexico ranch. Epstein over a scheme, according to 4 people are familiar with his thinking, although there's no evidence that it ever came to fruition. Mr. Epstein's vision reflected a long-standing fascination with what became known as transhumanism, as a science of improving the human population through technologies like genetic engineering and AI.
I'm telling you, and they're saying he did that shit with that company. I got
critics have likened transhumanism to modern day version of eugenics, the discredited field of improving the human race through controlled breeding.
Yeah, man. Who was this man? Huh? Who was he? Traveling runner asked the question, what jail gang does he join?
Danny Masterson, he's talking about.
Yeah,
obviously
well,
not Epstein.
Obviously he's gonna, you're gonna start seeing him with some Aryan tattoos, right? Because what is he?
White?
He's white. Yeah, he'll be in the Aryans. He'll join the Aryans. King Handle says him and Magic Johnson had the same goal. What goal would that be, King Handles?
To spread his seed.
Oh, to spread this. Oh, yeah. And Kareem. Kareem was getting it in. And who's that other dude who he said Chamberlain?
Well,
Chamberlain was fucking. Oh, but you know what? What about the dude from Wildin' Out?
Oh, Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
He's living Epstein's dream right now.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon's trying to have a baby in every state, every country.
Sorry, I was getting I went to a hacker website for a second.
Please says, yo, my man, congrats, Brian. Wishing you all the happiness married couples enjoy. You will understand eventually. Gary knows the joy of marriage like I do. Welcome to the club. Yeah, well, I got out the club. I got out early on bad behavior. I fucked up. It happens. What are you gonna do? What are your fingers are looking up over there as you open up all these fucking windows?
Just trying to get back to the Epstein lab.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of shit coming out about that dude. But he's just like, what I'm saying? He's just another one. There's a bunch of them, dude. He's the one that got busted. You know what I'm saying? Let's not forget about the old gate.
Bill Gate?
The old gate where you used to be able to go and get pizza.
Oh.
Let's not forget about that. I mean, people forget things so quickly. They're not even talking about Hawaii anymore. Meanwhile, there's still mad children missing. There's a question of what's up with the buses. There's questions about the parents. Where are the parents of these kids, of the missing kids?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how come all these parents ain't bugging out, saying where's these kids, or are they bugging out saying where are these kids, and we're just not hearing them?
Hundreds of students still aren't back at school.
They're saying hundreds, but it doesn't add up to the numbers when you look at the kids who were enrolled and how many they verified. The numbers don't add up. It's still up in like 1,000 at least, something like that.
This is from the New York Magazine. 115 people confirmed dead.
They're lying about. They're lying about that.
Yeah.
They're lying about
66 people missing, down from 385. Search for the dead enters the seas. Yeah. The numbers are coming down.
Yeah, of course they are. They're going to find everybody. They're going to find everybody. Sure. They're lying. Those numbers are definitely lying.
Yeah.
And what's the name of what was the name of that publication?
This is the New York Magazine.
Oh.
But it's saying that, over 1,000 people reported missing, and then it went, down and then up and then down,
Man. King Handle says, can't trust the Red Cross with the kids either. They have their own. Yes, that's what I'm saying. All those organizations, dog. All of them. Boy Scouts, freaking all of them shits, man. It's insane. It's freaking insane, yo. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Places like that have to have cameras running all the time with an independent place that has access to all the hard drives of whatever the fuck that shit is. They have to. You can't trust the government to overlook that shit. They're into that shit. It's crazy. FBI recovers 11 missing children in Hawaii rescues 200 victims of sex trafficking nationwide.
This is from the beginning of August. So this is before the fires.
Oh, and there was something that went on. There was something that went on that they did before the fire even started. That they did something that's like odd that they did it because they were supposed to do that like after or something. I don't know. There's just so much shit going on, and you know, people forget so quick. That was my point. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get this overflood of information, and then you know you're just moving on to the next story, But that story ain't finished yet. You know, so it's kind of crazy, man.
The one clip that I wanted to bring up. Do you remember that NFL clip that I had sent you yesterday? Did you see that one?
Which one? Let me see.
With Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It's
for all those sports fans out there who think you're actually watching something that's not just the entertainment industry on steroids. This is from the NFL's official Instagram. That's what this is.
You think I really would have played along with the script that had me losing to Peyton's little brother Eli twice in the Super Bowl?
Yes, I do.
So I think the NFL scripted. You think I really would have played along with the script that had me losing to Peyton's little brother Eli twice in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I do think that, especially if your witch wife told you that that's what you got to do.
Story begins September 7th. You think she's a witch?
He says she's a witch, and she says she's a witch. They got videos of him saying how he won the Super Bowls, where he says he didn't believe it at first.
Right, dude.
Yeah, he said I didn't believe it at first, but then every time she told me to do some crazy shit, I did it, and I started winning. And then I just started listening to whatever she told me to do. I start the season by asking her, is this my year? And the 2 years that he lost, she said, not this year, but next year is your year. Oh, please said kid kisser Tom Brady, weirdo. Yeah, man, they're all I think I sent you a video. Did I send you a video of Biden telling some kid how good they look and not to tell their parents? And then
yeah, I saw that.
That shit's insane, yo. Can you find that video?
Mm-hmm.
That shit's insane. Fucking yeah, and then he came out and said, you know, that his wife said to him, your wife is a witch, but you know, you're lucky you got a good witch.
Oh, dude, I don't think that clip's there anymore.
Really?
It says unavailable, yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of it. They pulled it down. It was a clip of Biden, you know, on film. They're filming the whole thing, and he's talking to a kid, and they're right up on him. And he's telling the kid how like sexy. Did he use the word sexy? I know he was saying how good looking the kid was, and then he says, "Don't tell your parents I told you that. Don't tell anybody I told you that." And then the parents like, "I'm right here," and he goes, "Oh, you're there?" And she goes, "Yeah, this is on film." And then it cuts. That's crazy, yo. The Brazilian voodoo. That's the Brazilian voodoo. Well, if you're saying it, Bruno, I believe you. Right? Because he's Brazilian, right? You're Brazilian, right, Bruno?
Yeah. He's down there in Brazil. Yep.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's that voodoo shit, man. You know, yeah, I think you did do it, to be honest. I think you did do it. You know what's crazy? The other day I was like looking at because you know on 9/11 Biden went to China, right?
Really?
And
this year.
Yeah, this year.
Okay.
Yeah, this year. The video's hysterical because they're saying that the reason why he went was to show, you know, the strength of America.
It says he was in Alaska.
No, he came back from China to Alaska where he did some sort of bullshit thing for 9/11. It was so bullshit. He claimed he was there. He claimed he was there the second day. He said, I remember I was there the day after. And it's a fact that he wasn't there. Trump didn't show up till 4 days after. I mean, Bush didn't show up till 4 days after. He's claiming he was there the second day, the day after. They're ripping him on two different things. One is the China thing, and the other one is the Alaska thing. They're ripping him on both of them. Because in China, that motherfucker just started rambling, dude, like he always does. Like he always does, man. It was like, how does anyone take this dude serious, man?
Mm-hmm.
And it made me start thinking. And then he goes to fucking, Alaska and starts talking garbage again, like his house was on fire, and that was garbage. Like this dude just constantly lies. He's obviously not fit. And it's not because I don't agree with his agendas, because the truth is I could give a fuck less. I don't think anybody has my best interest at heart.
I do.
It's
I
that.
do. Say
Yeah,
that.
but you got about as much power as I do. Well, I don't know. You might have more, dude. You were walking around them tunnels. But my thing is, oh shit, my dentist is calling me. I'm gonna have to call him back. My thing is that he's unfit. He's unfit. He's not.
You had a Biden moment explaining Biden's incapabilities. You were like,
but I got it back,
You Mitch McConnell. You Mitch McConnell to me right now.
I didn't talk about my hairy legs.
You're Mitch McConnell to me.
Nah,
get that. You got a little drool right here, bro. Get the drool. Other side.
It's reversed. What I'm saying is like the dude is just not fit at this point. It's elder abuse at this point, man. The dude looked like a babbling idiot in China, which is supposed to be one of our enemies. Why did they send him out there? I was watching Matt.
Well, this
Matt
is the thing with
Walsh.
China. Do we have zero leverage on China, dog? Zero.
And we have even less now. And we have even less. Could you please bring up the video? It's up there. Just go to Biden visits China on 9/11. You'll get the video. Brian got to show that Baphomet clip I sent you.
Text it to me again, King Handles, if you can, because I don't know where you sent it to me on, but I'll play this.
But he's clearly just not fit.
You texted it to me, I think. Okay. Which one?
The one in China. Not the 9/11 events where he's in China. Right there.
When was he in China? Oh, this is probably it. Yeah.
Last week.
Is this it?
China question.
No.
No, that's
China.
not it.
Let's do Biden visits China.
Dude, the dude says, I got to do what I'm told. And then he also says, does anyone got a question?
That's not it.
Biden.
There you go.
Last week, China questioned the quote sincerity of the Biden administration.
Is this it?
Sorry, the what? The sincerity.
The sincerity
of the Biden administration, and accused the United States of containing China while pushing for diplomatic talks. How would you respond to that? And do you think President Xi is being sincere about getting the relationship back on track?
No, go to the one to the right on the top of that. Go to that one. Yeah, hit that one.
It is evening, isn't it? Our thoughts and prayers with the people of Morocco and my friend King Mohammed VI, I should say, and my administration, including Secretary of State Blinken. At the G20, there was sufficient agreement in the room on the need for a just and lasting peace. And I hope that, I think that
go a little more.
Prime Minister Xi,
says he thought it was Vietnam.
Vietnam. Yeah, Vietnam. I'm sorry, Vietnam. That's where you went. You're right. Traveling runner, keep me on point, baby. I'm not the smartest dude in the world. There you go.
This was Vietnam.
Yeah. There you go. Play that.
One of my staff members said, remember the famous song, Good Morning, Vietnam? Well, good evening, Vietnam. My brother loves having, there's famous lines from movies that he always quotes, and one of them is there's a movie about John Wayne. He's an Indian scout. The Indian looks at John Wayne and
the Indian,
points to the
Native American,
says, he's a lion, dog-faced pony soldier. Well, there's a lot of lion, dog-faced pony soldiers out there about global warming, but not anymore. I'm just following my orders here.
I'm just following.
Dog-faced pony soldiers out there about global warming.
Now he said that. Pause that for 1 second. He said that in reference to he was about to walk away and then came back and said he had to call another reporter. And then he says, I'm just following my orders. And then he says, does anyone have questions? And all the reporters get loud. And he goes, no. You know, that one right there. That's the one. And then she gives him a softball question that he also fumbles the answer. Go ahead, continue with this shit, because this is just like a highlight of the dumb shit he said.
I'm just following my orders here. Staff, is there anybody haven't spoken to? I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed. You can
Thank you, everybody. This ends the press conference. He also lost track
Did you see? Stop that 1 second. At the end of his shit, he said, I don't know about you, but I'm going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kept talking, and the chick cuts him off in mid-sentence, cuts off the president of the United States in mid-sentence. They were showing that shit on Matt Walsh, dude. Matt Walsh rips him apart.
Yeah,
I bring him up because he makes a good.
This is the full thing, so we can watch the end of it.
Yeah.
Third world, third world. The Southern Hemisphere had access to change. Had access.
He called it the third world.
Thank you, everybody. This ends the press conference. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
They play jazz music, dude, as he walks off.
Look at him, dude. Bro.
With every person I've met.
Are you worried about your son being indicted, Mr. President?
Woo! Did you hear that comment? Are you worried about your
yeah.
son being indicted?
He's not worried at all.
He's on his way out, dude. The Democratic Party is going to tear down the Bidens because they're not throwing him up next time. No way. No way, dude.
I don't know if he's going to live. They might hit him with that heart attack gun or some shit. But I don't think he's going to make it. I don't think Trump's going to make it either, man. I don't know, man. I've been liking Vivek. Vivek's been making some noise, yo. Young dude, you need some younger people, man. I think the age limit should be between 40, 45 to 60 to 65. That should be any older than 65, you cannot run. You could be older than 65 if at 65 you become president, but you can't be having these old motherfuckers running the world, son. They don't have to live with the consequences of their decisions. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, Biden does not have to live with any of the consequences of his decisions. None. Even if he lives another 10 years, he's not going to care about it. They're just going to let him drool at that point. They're not going to force him to get up. They're not going to force him to try to read up. He's just going to deteriorate in a chair. He's not going to care about how everybody else is fucked.
Right.
Come on, man. You can't have old motherfuckers like that, man. I forgot if it was Michael Knowles or Matt Walsh who was talking about the statistics of how old people are running this country right now, and only 20% of them are under like 70.
And they all 20%. Keep running. They all keep running, dude.
How do we have all these old motherfuckers making our decisions, man? Think about your old parent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my moms will be like, yo, you got work tonight? Yeah. Did you talk to your brother? No. You talk to your son? No. You got work tonight? Yeah. You're in Atlantic City? Yeah. All right. So you're right there. Yeah. Okay. So you got work tonight? Come on, man. And she got her shit there. Like she's all there. She just fucking doesn't remember shit.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you really want that? Come on, man. It's insanity. The dude is unfit. And now they're finally talking about indicting him. In my lifetime, I've seen two presidents. I mean, not indicting him.
Impeaching
him. I've seen.
It's not gonna happen, dude. He's got a year left. He's not gonna get impeached.
Yeah, he's not gonna get impeached, man. He's not gonna get impeached.
I mean, I don't think so.
You know, it's crazy. I saw this thing the other night that said that Obama should be brought up as a war criminal.
I mean, you can bring up every president as a war
Well, I mean, but they're saying that motherfucker was killing civilian. He did what's called double tap strikes.
Okay.
Which is, first of all, he sent more drones. He did more drone strikes
than anybody.
Than any other president, even Bush. Okay. Mm-hmm. And they said that in his drone strikes, he would do what's called a double tap attack, which is they would do the strike and then they would wait for the fucking medical units to come in to start, helping people and then strike them again, which is
Mhm.
100% against the Geneva Convention. He hit a fucking funeral. Killed mad, I think there were 12 kids in the crowd and shit.
Mhm.
It's crazy. This dude was just dropping all this shit about him, and he was just going strictly with the Geneva Convention and how this dude went straight up against it. And like people don't give a shit because somehow they still believe he was that thing of hope.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They sold his character so hard that when you look at his record and his character do not match at all. Traveling Runner says, I just hope they keep the nuclear football as far away from him as possible. I think they want to hit it. That's gangster. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obama was a complete gangster. I think he was overcompensating.
I saw this stat too recently.
You know what I'm saying? I think he was over. Now that I'm hearing all this other stuff coming out.
Oh, you think it was overcompensation?
I think he was overcompensating. Yeah, I think it was because he knew what he was hiding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he had to do what he thinks men do to be men.
Mm-hmm.
The more I kill, the bigger man I am. I got to show them that, you know what I'm saying? Never mind those DEA agents that died because of Operation Fast and Furious, which, by the way, is coming out with a new movie. Any connection? I don't know. Maybe. I'm surprised I haven't seen no connections on that. But, this dude was a bad dude, man. And I'm not going to lie. I liked Obama. I still like to hear him talk. Even him killing that fly just now was memorable. And remember when it sounded good?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, the truth is, I think the biggest problem I have now is not that, they're against us and against, the people that they consider to be less than them. They've always felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just like an insult to intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not even trying anymore. It's like they're straight up saying, you people are stupid, and you're going to do what we tell you to do. And that's it. Now get in line or get in the cage. That's the problem I have, is that they're not even giving us at least an attempt of anything.
Mm-hmm.
We got comments coming up. Let's go to them. Nah, you're skipping over people, man.
Chill, bro.
Skipping.
Chill, dude. Relax.
King Henry says Alexander the Great went both ways as well. He wasn't exactly a humanitarian. And it's crazy how you bring up Alexander the Great. Wasn't he like a king or something like that?
He was, yeah. He conquered the entire world, the known world.
It feels like that now.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like some old Game of Thrones shit.
Well, dude, the biggest lie is we believed it was anything different than that always. It's always been the same. That's the lie. That's the lie of America, is that we believed it was different. It hasn't been. It's just a different facade. That's all it is.
That's
a
all
different
it is.
facade.
But now, like I said, it's so obvious because it's like I said, the dude is just not fit.
Well, dude, and the pay for play stuff.
But then you also got to think this, though. If we're going to go by the rules, right? He's not fit, which means Kamala.
And no one wants that, dude. Lowest approval rating.
I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. I think I'd rather still have Biden over Kamala.
100%, bro. Yes.
I mean, I'd rather not have any of them. There's really it's like choosing between which way you want to die today. You want me to suffocate you with a plastic bag or put your head in the toilet and keep flushing? You know what I'm saying? That's really what it's like. The choice is. Because the dude, it's like people are following him like a king on Game of Thrones. Like those old kings that they're not even all there anymore. And they're like, cut off his head. Or like a 13-year-old who says cut off his head because he's fucking going through puberty and he's mad that this dude dissed him. And they listen to him because he's the king. Not to even say that people listen to what Biden says, because Biden's just, it's the hand. The hand is the one making all the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Obama is the only president to stay in D.C. after he left the office.
Yeah, Bush went back. Clinton went back.
Yeah, and why is that? Because already they're saying it's a puppet, it's a puppet presidency.
Yeah, of course. It's probably Obama pulling the strings now anyway.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Get down or lay low. Traveling Runner also says different characters, same script. Yes. Just like a lot of those movies. All it is another movie where the father doesn't like the daughter's husband, and all insanity ensues. You know, everything is pay to play. Sad to say, but that's the way. Look at me and you making lyrics together on Please. Ha ha! Look at you and me, dog, going back and forth like Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? Hard times spreading just like the traveling runner says. Shit sandwich or turd burger? Which do you choose? I guess it's which one it has the better texture.
Which one's more fresh?
Which one's got the better texture? Which tastes more like a sausage and less like stew?
I got this Baphomet clip that
what we don't realize is we're all just connected. We're all one big human centipede. That's what we are, one big human centipede. King Handle says selected, not elected. Boom.
The Baphomet clip that King Handles sent me. He requested this to be shown.
This one's by request. Oh man, look at that shit. Oh, look at that shit.
She was like, whoops, and then looked at him to see if he caught it.
Yeah. But he's down with it too.
Yeah.
And how about this? This brings me to last night I come home. I started to say this earlier, but this is the perfect segue into it. I come home, my TV's on because I always leave my TV on for the cat, and I see the VMAs. Now, once again, I'm kind of male chauvinistic. You know,
yeah, I would agree with that.
But I do appreciate art just for art. It doesn't matter to me if you're female or male, or even if you're, challenged in any way. If you could sing or you could do that art, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like art is art, right? So I come in and I watch it because I came in right with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Megan Thee Stallion is big, yo. That's a big chick. And I don't mean like heavy or whatever. Don't get me wrong. She hot, but big. Cardi B looked like a little munchkin next to her, yo. That shit was crazy.
Quite small.
Yo, that shit was crazy. But as I started to watch this fucking debacle of music, right? And just, first of all, everyone in the crowd, and I'm not saying this because I really don't care. I just noticed it. But I mean, everyone in the crowd looked gay. Everyone. It looked like it was a gay club, like a gay club. That's what everyone looked. Everyone. I didn't see one alpha in that bitch, yo. Not one person looking like an alpha dog, yo. Not one. Everyone was silky and satiny. You know what I'm saying? Everyone. And glossy. And glossy, son. Glossy.
They had a sheen.
Dude, Fat Joe, I don't even know if that dude's beard was painted on. I'm not trying to diss Fat Joe. I know he real. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not trying to get beat up. I run into the dude. He's bigger than me. But I'm just saying, dog, what happened to the beard? It looked like it was painted on. I was quite like, I'm not even being a dick. I was like, could you please bring up the picture of him from last night? I was like, what's going on with his beard, yo? Who did his beard? And don't get me wrong, I love Fat Joe. I love Fat Joe, but even he looked a little glossy that night, man. And maybe it was my TV. You know, maybe it's that 4K. We don't need to see things that clearly. I miss like the early 2000 TVs, where shit was clearer than the 70s and 80s and 90s, but it wasn't so clear that it looked like the motherfuckers in your room. Because you don't need to see people that clear. You know how many fucking broadcasters lost their job with 4K? Real shit, dude, because all you can see is cakes of makeup, and now they're not around anymore.
I mean, the beard.
Just bring up a picture of him. He was in a white suit. There you go. Can you zoom in a little bit?
Oh yeah, like look at those lines, dude.
Dude, I mean, they were insanely perfect, the lines, but it was just like it looks painted. Because look at his mustache and the goatee underneath the chin.
I'm gonna try to find the video. Oh, here you go. Here's a way better picture.
You know what I'm saying? It just looks, it looked weird, man. I was like, what the fuck is going on here, man? All right, no, it's hair. Okay, it looks better in that picture than it did on the stage. Probably because, now I get it. Probably because the makeup. That picture is probably him walking around without all the makeup. And once he went on that stage, they had to put on that makeup. But whoever did it, man, that shit looked like it was painted. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was amazed by it. Just like the dude with the one nut. You know, how I just couldn't stop looking at it. You know, I was wishing he would go away. You know.
So what happened at the VMAs, dude?
So well, I'm just giving you my you know, whatever
synopsis,
of it.
Your breakdown.
Yeah. You know what I just saw when I watched it. You know, just what I saw. It looked like I was at, you know, a drag show. And I know because I've been to drag shows. You know what I'm saying? That's what it just gave me the feel of, you know. And then it was all chicks. Maybe it's the time I started watching and then I eventually stopped watching. I saw one dude performer. Oh, and Puff Daddy, which is kind of the same as all chicks. Like,
I have a whole list of the performers. You want to see how many dudes were on? Olivia Rodrigo, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, DMC, Dougie Fresh, Grandmaster, Cool J.
I didn't see that. That was probably cool.
Lil Wayne, Demi Lovato, Diddy, Doja Cat, Fall Out Boy, Kali, Karol G, Kelsey Ballerini, Fall Out Boy, Diddy. Yeah, I think that's all of them.
Oh no, Shakira.
Lil Wayne.
Shakira. They didn't mention Shakira.
Maneskin, Metro
All
Boomin.
I know is that dude. All I saw was I saw Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. And then that went into some other chick that looked just like Megan Thee Stallion. I guess that's that G chick or whatever.
Oh.
And then I'm getting a call from Beijing right now.
Put it on speaker.
Hello. Oh. Yeah, I'm not even hitting a number on that. You hit one number, them motherfuckers will get everything. All they need is you to just hit the number. They probably only need me to answer if I'm keeping it real. But so it was like her into that chick, and then it went into some white chick in baggy pants, right? And black chicken.
Black chicken. Black chicken.
What the fuck is black chicken? My man was like, what the fuck is black chicken? She said black chicken. And then it was just like all chicks, and they all looked alike. Like the truth is, Cardi looked like Megan. If you like in that video where they did the wet thing when they show, I thought that was a reflection of the same person. And then that other chick, the G chick, looked just like them. And then they went from that into Shakira. How is there not more things of them ripping Shakira? Like,
what's wrong? I love Shakira, dude.
Everyone does, man, and I don't get it. She's very weird, man. Like I don't know. Maybe she's a really cool person, so that's why
judgy,
she does
dude.
a lot of like she did that again. She did the whole thing. And
I'll show you. I'll show you.
What the fuck is that? And then there were a lot of dance moves where she just looked so goofy, just straight up goofy. Like when Mary J. Blige last year threw up fucking self. Oh my God! And Mary J. showed up again. And I love Mary, but Mary, you got to be older than me, and I'm 53, so you got to be pushing 60. You look great for 60, but not in the same shit that the 20-year-olds are wearing. This
is why we love Shakira.
Everywhere.
That is why we love Shakira. That move right there.
But it's not even. I've seen belly dancers who do better than that.
For white guys, this was our first experience to a Latin woman whose song.
Man. I'm just saying, like that's one of her good moves. But if you watch a performance, there's a lot of goofy moves where you're like, that just didn't look good. There's one point she's like jumping around. I'm like, that just looks weird. And then she'll go back to doing that. And it's like, wasn't Shakira convicted of tax evasion? To be honest, Traveling Runner, I would not know.
Yeah, she's awaiting trial for tax evasion for $16.2 million from 2012 to 2014 in
Well,
Barcelona.
can't she just pay it and keep it moving?
I mean,
She's
yeah.
got it.
Yeah. Well, maybe she doesn't, though. You know, you never know.
You know? And then they brought up some dude who it might as well have been, he was one of those ambiguous dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what are you? You know what I'm saying? Right. Very femme dog. And you know, there was no rock and roll. There was no,
dude, who's a great rock and roll band, dude?
Like back in there's none now, but I'm saying there was no rock and roll, man. None. I mean, the VMAs, they always throw someone up old. Yeah. You know, they always throw up some older dudes.
Well, Cool J.
There was no
Cool J and Lil Wayne. Those are the old guys now. They're 20 years old, bro.
Yeah, nah. I mean, Cool J, you know, LL.
Yeah,
I didn't
Lil
see
Wayne.
that one.
Yeah.
Never been big on Lil Wayne. But Lil Wayne's kissing what's his name on the mouth and has a tattoo of his boy. Like, I love my dog Mark. I'll give him a kiss on his cheek during an occasion, but on the mouth and put a tattoo on him on my chest, that's not gonna happen. That would only happen one way, and that's not gonna happen. Rest in peace, rock and roll. I agree, Traveling Runner. On Please says that's why Shakira is at the VMAs to pay for the taxes. Do they get paid for those performances?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, because they don't get paid for the Super Bowl performance. Super Bowl performance, they don't get paid. They got a writer where they get a lot of shit in a good gift bag, but they're not getting paid in cash. You get paid on.
Yeah, no, they don't get paid.
No, they don't. You get.
They do promote albums and songs.
She gets to be relevant again for a little while.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it gets a news cycle or two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It gets a new thing. Like, you know, bring in like, I don't know. I don't even know what band I could say, to be honest. You're right. You know, but it was just so like.
Well, Maneskin, Mainskin, they're an Italian rock band. They got some good songs, but it's not, you know, it's.
Dude, it was all just one female performer after another female performer. How many times do I want to see you just twerk? You know what I'm saying? And they all looked the same. The Spanish chick that they brought on afterwards looked just like Shakira.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like
What are you trying to say?
I can't watch no more of this. I just couldn't. It was, you know, what I'm trying to say is rock and roll has lost its balls.
It's gone, dude. Yeah.
And cut the dick right off with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. You know, and it's not that I have anything against any of these artists. It's just watching one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, with no rock and roll mixed in there, or even a good hip hop artist that's not fucking dressed in tight ass pants, looking just the same as the females.
Yeah.
And forget about the outfits, yo.
Mm-hmm.
What was Wyclef thinking in that fucking horrible suit? Holy shit. What are these men wearing? What are these motherfuckers wearing? And I know there's a thing of being outrageous or whatever, but I mean, come on, man. I found it to be very sad as far as the state of where we are in music. And definitely, and I called what's her name? Dojo Cat.
Doja Cat.
Yeah, her shit was satanic. And of course, like, listen, I like rock and roll, so I understand the whole satanic aspect of things. Yeah, what the fuck is that?
It's a Louis suit, dog.
I don't give a fuck who made it. That shit is horrible. What is that? And it had like
it's a reverse vest on top of the jacket.
And it had hanging straps. That's so someone could hold them when they bang them from behind like a horse. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know why else they would be there. Please says 100% agree. No rock, no alternative, no music. And like I said, I wouldn't have minded one or two of them, you know, three of them, you know, because then that would have been a little switch, you know, fine. Because like I said, I have nothing personally against them if they pop up on my mix when I'm fucking playing a bunch of different shit. Traveling Runner says, looks like he has a parachute on. Dude, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And that's not just him. That's every single one that showed up. Even what's her name played with a band, Lovato.
Demi Lovato.
She came up there and played with a band. Every member of the band was a
Demi
chick.
Die? No. Who was it? Didn't she OD?
Nah, I don't know. She might have OD, but she's still here. Right? Because OD doesn't mean
she did OD.
Yeah, still here though. And she was playing. Even the whole band was chicks. And then she picked up a guitar, and obviously, I do not believe she was playing You know what I'm saying? It's like it was just so garbage, and everything was red, and everything was Satan-y, and everything was bloody. Like what's her name came out. The only thing that separated Dojo from all the other female performers was that her dancers had blood all over them. That's it. That's the only thing that separated her from all the other ones. You know. And don't get me wrong, I grew up with Iron Maiden, I grew up with Kiss, I grew up with all these bands that were, you know, demonic and Led Zeppelin, and they probably were. First of all, I don't know if I'm more upset about the fact that everything is just so demonic now. And I don't watch it. I'm not going to sit there and tell them they have to do this or they have to do that. There's going to be people out there that want that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to lie, she looks hot. She's probably one of the hotter looking ones because she's actually just giving little peekaboos, you know, where all the other ones, their ass was literally hanging out.
Naked,
and, you know, and you've seen one, you've seen the other, whatever. Right? Disgusting. I agree, King Handles. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and then at the end, dude, you got to see, like at the end, they were like real white teeth. Their teeth was pearly white and they're just looking demonic, trying to look demonic. And I'm just like, listen, I get it. I you know, I come from heavy metal, black metal, all that shit. But you would see a heavy metal band, then you would see, you know, Michael Jackson looking at the man in the mirror. Then see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So it was a remember how it was so much shit going on, you know. And that's the thing. Everybody, and here's the thing: what people don't realize is all those people that are just dancing along and whatever. They're
it's the demon energy, bro.
They're opening up doorways.
The portals, the channels.
They're opening up doorways, man. On Please says never trust someone whose teeth are too white.
Yellow
I guess I'm very trustworthy. You just made me a little conscious. King Handle says we need an inquisition to clean up this filth. But like I said, it's not like there hasn't been demonic, you know, imagery in music and rock music. You know what I'm saying? But now it's so blatant. And I guess what I might be a little upset at too is the fact that Satan is so blatantly out there. He's not even making good music anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Like Led Zeppelin, fine. Led Zeppelin, you know, even though they stole a bunch of riffs and shit or whatever, but they're still a great band. Fucking Bob Dylan. Great music that came out of Bob Dylan. The Beatles. You know what I'm saying? Like they were very with Aleister Crowley and all that shit. So, you know, boom, connected. Great music. You know, even Ozzy, some good songs, man. Crazy Train, fucking Mama, I'm Coming Home, fucking, you know, like
coming home.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you just hacked his shit, man. He's rolling over in the grave that he's not in yet. Or maybe he is. Who knows? But I'm just saying, like, it's not even good music anymore. It's okay music. And if they were the only ones that sounded like that, yeah, maybe it might even be really like, you know, but everyone's just pushing the same shit. I can't even tell one artist from the next. Forget about hearing them. Even looking at these chicks, I couldn't tell one from the next. I thought Cardi B was what's her name?
Doja?
The other one.
Megan.
No, not Megan, because the other chick was on there too. All three of the big hitters were on there. It was Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. Who's the other one?
Olivia Rodrigo?
No, dude.
Demi Lovato?
She looks like Megan Thee Stallion and all them. Why are you giving me chicks?
Anita? I'm just reading the ones that were on there. Anita?
He's making me want to hit him. He's lucky he's not in the same room with me right now.
I don't know.
What the fuck is her name, man? The one that they all go at each other. Nicki Minaj. Boom. Nicki Minaj. I thought at first that what's her name was Nicki. I couldn't even fucking figure it out. Which I guess big up to Nicki. She has more top charts than any other female performer ever, supposedly. But that's also including, you know, when she's on someone else's track. But she's been on the top 100 more than any other chick. So I give a lot of features. Look, I'll give credit. Thank you, Nicki Minaj. On Please, thank you. But I give credit where it's due. You know. But they all like sound alike now, and it was just watching one after the other, after all chicks, and then all the commercials. Let's talk the commercials. They're trying to get us onto the WNBA. They got commercials, WNBA commercials. I'm like, who are you trying to get to watch this shit, yo? Because the people who watch real hardcore sports ain't even watching this show. What are you trying to get a young? You think people are gonna come on, man? 37 clips of layups ain't gonna do it for me. You know, it was just horrible, dude. And eventually, I had enough.
Dude, did you hear about the Madonna commercial?
Which can we see it? Is it possible?
Yeah. So, I mean, I just stumbled on this. I didn't know this because you said commercial, so I just Googled
they were
VMA
just hard.
commercials.
Yeah.
So, a previously banned Pepsi commercial featuring Madonna was aired 34 years later at the 2023 MTV VMAs.
Oh, so this was not good. This was not allowed back 34 years ago. It was
so now
banned.
I'm going to a tweet from Madonna, right? This is from Madonna's X account. 34 years ago, I made a commercial with Pepsi to celebrate the release of my song, Like a Prayer. The commercial was immediately canceled when I refused to change any scenes in the video where I was kissing a black saint or burning crosses. So began my illustrious career as an artist, refusing to compromise on my artistic integrity. Thank you for
But
Pepsi.
hold on, before you push play, that's another thing. There was a lot of going on. There was a lot of burning crosses in the background, like the lights just happened to be crosses. There was
Hobson.
There was a lot of those half moons from the whole picture of the bat shit, that fucking crescent moon. Yeah. There was a lot of that shit all over the place. When Diddy came out, Diddy had a lot of that shit going on. His shit was garbage too, man. Everybody was so glossy. Let's see this right now. Look at her sitting just watching her own shit.
You got a cross around their neck.
Well, wait, go back to that. What did I miss?
Go
What
ahead.
did I miss? Because I don't
Make
really
a
see
wish.
Make a Wish. All right, I don't see anything wrong there. I saw nothing wrong with that commercial.
Yeah. I didn't either.
I saw nothing wrong. I don't. All right, good for you. I don't know what the problem was with that commercial. I was expecting something a little crazier, you know, like her showing her dick or something.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. You know, whatever. You know. And that,
hold on.
You found something?
Well, I got another video.
Biggest controversies when she tried to join the Pepsi generation. In 1989, Madonna signed a multi-million-dollar contract with Pepsi, who agreed to debut her new single, Like a Prayer, on a Pepsi commercial. One day after the commercial premiered, Madonna released a video for the song.
It's one of the heaviest videos she's ever done in terms of.
It was the music video for it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was her, you know, mad at dad because I think she was raised Christian, you know.
That's what it was.
Something like that.
It was the music video she did.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that. You know, she's been anti-religion, you know, her whole time, and very, very pro Satan. The Traveling Runner says, crazy how that song is about BJs if you listen to the words. Brian, please bring up the lyrics to the Traveling Runner. Because I mean, I heard, you know, that song, It's Electric, Boogie Woogie.
Yeah.
I heard that that's about vibrators.
It could be.
You know,
life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I want to take you there. In the midnight hour, I can feel your power. Just like a prayer, I know I'll take you there. I hear your voice. It's like an angel singing. I have
your
no
voice
choice.
is that's your voice. You're not like you don't got that
It's falsetto.
That Russian kind of that gaping bass.
I hear your voice. It's like an angel singing. I have no choice. I hear your voice. Feels like flying. I close my eyes. Oh God, I think I'm falling out of the sky. I close my eyes. Heaven help me. When you call my name, I'm on my knees, blah, blah, blah. Like a child, you whisper softly to me. You're in control, just like a child. Now I'm dancing. It's like a dream. No end and no beginning. You're here with me. It's like a dream. Let the choir sing.
I think what we discovered here is that song might or
Be
might
about
not
blowjob.
be about blowjobs. It might. There's a lot of songs. Like I never knew that Lola was about a tranny or a cross-dresser at least. I never knew that.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, you know, it says it. It's very clearly.
Her
that
name
that's
is
what it's about.
Lola. She was
Nah,
a
not
showgirl.
Not that song,
A yellow
man.
feather in her hair and a dress cut down to there. We did the tango and the cha-cha. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I know that's another song, but you're talking about
That's
the
a great
Kinks.
song. That's a great song.
Talking about the
And
Kinks.
Tony came across the bar and punched his
Yeah.
song. That's a great song, actually, man. Great story.
Yeah.
Barry Manilow, man.
At
What
the
a fucking
Copa
Barry Manilow. You got to be a great songwriter to look and have to look like Barry Manilow and have the name Barry Manilow and like still write so many fucking great hits. You have to be
Kind of looks like Martin Short a little bit.
I don't know, man. You know, like like even back in his day. And once again, I had no clue that you know, is Barry gay? Has he come out as being gay?
What are you doing? I don't know. Probably.
He is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if not, he's definitely wearing the uniform. You know. Yeah, no, the song Lola from the Kinks.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, he's public. Yep.
Oh, he's out, right? In
Mm-hmm.
the deep voice, she said, Lola. What's your name? Lola. L-O-L-A, Lola. That's funny.
I gotta take a dump, dude.
And okay, just tighten the sphincter for a little while. Okay.
It's been an hour.
We will
land the plane.
Our props, and you will get to, go take the Cosby kids to the pool. Guys, we want to thank you for listening, but we can only go as long as Brian's sphincter will hold out. So we're gonna wrap this one up. We thank y'all for coming. It was like a family reunion today, man. We got to see everybody. Traveling Run, Our Own Please, King Handles. Who else came on today, man? Everybody was on here today.
We had Stormy, Bruno, Cliffy, Raymond.
Yeah, everybody. Thank y'all for coming through, man.
Sean was here. Lauren was here
for a little while.
Jasmine was here.
Big up to my daughter. She's a regular. Thank you guys. It was like a family reunion, man. Follow Brian if you ain't already, man. If you're new listening to it, like, subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, then don't like it, but tell a friend. Maybe they'll enjoy it. Subscribe.
Where can they catch you this week, Jay?
Follow Brian at Brian T. Licata. Follow me at Gary G. Garcia. And you can find me at resorts, man. I'm actually doing a couple of shows with this dude. What's his name?
Craig Gass.
Yeah, there you go. I'm doing a couple of shows with him at resorts. Go to acjokes.com. And I also want to big up XXX Playground, baby. The best adult tool board game ever made. All right. Grab yourself a board game, a little bit of wine, maybe a blunt, and roll that dice and get fist deep into someone you love. Do it tonight. Or buy it tonight and do it on Friday. This way you get to sleep off the hiney hole on Saturday. Guys, we love you, man. Thank you for checking us out, man. Peace, my dude. And peace to everybody.